What's going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you all very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 575. Episode number 575 for all the folks that are keeping up with the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. This is June 4th, 2018. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to ask each and every one of you that are listening to the broadcast right now to spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Texas Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is ghost.report. It's as simple as that, baby. You type that in your browser, and that's how you get to the original stream of this broadcast, however you're listening to it, whether it's live or in the archive. Ghost.report is the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. So spread that link around like wildfire. Spread that link around like wildfire, baby. And let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect in the house. All right? And by the way, if you have not done so, please follow me on Gab, which is the last bastion of freedom of speech in social media today. And you can follow me on there under the name Politics Ghost, all right? Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. And I want to say what's going on to everybody right now in the True Capitalist Radio chat room. And for you folks that want to take part and kick back with us in the True Capitalist Radio chat room, all you've got to do is go to my Gab account right now, Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores, and hit the subscribe button for premium content. All right, it's as simple as that. Go to my Gab account right now and hit the subscribe button for premium content. And once you do, private message me on Gab with your Discord chat name, and I will be sure to give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. Now that we got that all out of the way, folks, it is Monday. I hope you don't have a bad case of the Mondays, folks. We got a lot of things to talk about today. First and foremost, before we get into the crypto and the stock market reports, I want to talk a little bit about Bill Clinton. Now, did you all see the interview that he gave last night, for heaven's sake? I forgot what news organization he gave this interview, but I mean, the reason that he's being interviewed is because he's got a book now. Oh, that's right. He's got a book now, for Christ's sake. Hey, how you doing? I'm Bill Clinton, and I've got me a book, and I want you all to buy it. That's right, baby. And by the way, I'm going to unzip this, and you think you can suck it or something? Come on, I'm going to jiggle it around. I mean, give me a goddamn break. Did you all hear Bill Clinton, Slick Willie? Did you all hear what he had to say last night? Now, I want to be honest with you, the interviewer who was interviewing him actually gave him some pretty good hardballs, to say the least. Whoever the interviewer was, props to that gentleman right there. By the way, he happened to be black, the interviewer, so, I mean, I guess whoever the network was thought that they could be able to put a black interviewer with the supposed first black president and thought that was going to go kosher. It didn't. So, as a result, Clinton had to answer for some things, and you know what's funny? This idiot is trying to claim that he's the victim now. He's the victim of preying on a 20-year-old intern in the 90s. Now he is the victim. Can you believe this? You don't understand. I was hurt just as much as those women were hurt. And me too. It's long overdue, baby. But I'm telling you right now, I had not had sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. Shut up, man! These Clintons never take responsibility for anything. And, once again, that's the basis of Democrats, of liberalism, of leftism. No personal responsibility for anything. They just want to make or pretend, or in their own weird la-la land of perception, they want to make believe that it's everybody else's fault, that they're a pathetic piece of loser trash, that it's society's fault, it's the government's fault, it's my mama's fault, it's my daddy's fault. Now listen, I'm not going to deny that they may have had a contribution to contributing to your warped personality, but you could still have a perception in which you can take personal responsibility for yourself. And this is why I do this broadcast on a consistent basis, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to amplify capitalism throughout the world. I'm trying to tell each and every one of you that are out there listening to me on a global scale that you too can be a capitalist. I mean, let's say, unfortunately for you folks that are living in socialist or communist situations, you have to find other ways to capitalize. And we're going to get into crypto in just a minute, but the cryptocurrency market is perfect for those that have or are burdened or are stricken to a society that is under communism or socialism. And as long as you have an internet connection and you have the ability to be able to sell a service or product, or be able to trade, or be able to buy crypto and trade, whatever the case might be, you could be able to make capitalism amongst yourself outside your government's knowledge, your socialist or communist government's knowledge. And listen, that's why I cover crypto. That's why I cover the markets, because I want each and every one of you that are listening to my broadcast to become capitalists. I want you to know that you can harness whatever it is that's in your mind that you think is the perfect life. All you have to do is think about it. And once you think about it, you have to absolutely know that that's what you want, that's what you want to attain, that's what you want to manifest into reality. And once you do, it's like any architect, folks. If you don't have yourself a whiteboard in the vicinity of your office or in your home to some capacity so you can write down thoughts, brainstorms, ideas, etc., or even plan out certain projects or businesses or whatever, you need to get yourself one. Because, folks, what does an architect do before whatever building is manifested into real life? An architect puts it all down on a two-plane paper, manifesting it in the two-dimension. And you see, folks, once the architect puts down and manifests what is going to be a three-dimensional object on two-dimension, he lays the plans down to manifest it into reality, to manifest it into the third dimension, and that's what each and every one of you need to do. Whatever it is that you want, man, write it down. Make sure it's on a whiteboard. Look at it. Make sure it stares at your face. Because you have to manifest it in some capacity, folks. Because like I've always said, the difference between capitalists and everybody else is that the capitalists go out and make things happen. The capitalists go out and make things happen. While everybody who's just a regular schmuck waits for things to happen to them. And if you're going to live the mentality of waiting for something to happen to you, you're going to be waiting a very long time. Now, going back to the Clintons, that's what the Clintons, Barack Obama, the liberals, the Democrats, these are the types of people who they take advantage of, who have angst because of their own bad personal decisions and don't want to take personal responsibility and give that energy somewhere else. The Democrats, the leftists, the liberals, the communists, the socialists, they're brilliant at divide and conquer. Oh, it's the white man's fault. Oh, it's the police's fault. It's the school's fault. It's society's fault. It's the heterosexual's fault. This is what we have here in modern day Western civilization. And where common sense went, I have no idea. And the reason I bring this up in relation to the Bill Clinton interview is because have we all gone mad? I mean, this man was a habitual sexual abuser of women, all right? Bill Clinton sexually abused them mentally, and physically on a consistent basis. I mean, how many more women have to come out about one person before people start realizing that maybe there's a certain consistency with this sick asshole? Only Bill Clinton got the carte blanche to be able to sexually abuse women and just have the carte blanche to do so. Kathleen Willey, Paula Jones. I mean, I can go on and on. Juanita Broderick, which he raped. And, of course, he sexually abused Monica Lewinsky. Because lest we forget, this Monica Lewinsky was a 20-year-old bimbo, man. She was out there supposed to be interning, trying to get herself better in life, trying to enhance her career. And here she has a president, some deviant, using her as a sexual playground for his own goddamn kicks and you know, making... I mean, did y'all read the Star Report, folks? I mean, if y'all have not read it, I would strongly advise each and every one of you to read it. That right there is an official government document that was made by the Starr Commission. That's right, there was a special counsel back then investigating old Bill Clinton, and it was led by a man by the name of Kenneth Starr. And that man literally put out something called the Starr Report, in which he goes into explicit detail in what Bill Clinton did with his tryst with Monica Lewinsky. One of which, and let me tell you, this was the President of the United States in the 90s, lest we forget. Bill Clinton actually used her vaginal region as a humidor and inserted a cigar in her private parts, okay? I mean, this is the president here, okay? This is the president. And you know something? I mean, it gotten to the point, at that point when he was, you know, sexually abusing, sexually harassing Monica Lewinsky, it got to the point where he knew he could not go towards these women that he was used to kind of propositioning on a consistent basis, like Jennifer Flowers and these people. So basically, Bill Clinton was reduced to kind of opening up his door in the Oval Office, which he happened to turn into the Oral Office. He opens the door to the Oral Office there, and he sees the first thing there, like a Monica Lewinsky right there by the copy machine. You know, hey, you right there, won't you come on over here? Come in my office right now, quick, close the door. All right. Now, you know I'm the president, right? Now, you know that the president's got a lot of responsibilities. And, you know, you're a very nice girl. And the president needs something. And what I need for you to do, let me go ahead and unzip it. I need for you to do something with this, all right? I need you to suck it. I need just give it a kiss. All right, just give it just the tip. All right, this is what this sick asshole president of the United States did. And he was on an interview last night trying to claim that he was the victim. And you've actually got Democrats falling in line with this crap. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. You are no victim, Bill Clinton. You and your disgusting, despicable, diabolical wife. You are no victims, all right? Jesus Christ. I mean, you people are criminals. And everyone who has any kind of common sense knows it. Both of you, you and your whore wife, have sold out our country. You know it, and I know it. You have utilized the Clinton Foundation as a means of fleecing our country. A pay-to-play operation that should be investigated, as opposed to this ridiculous witch hunt that Robert fucking Mueller is conducting on our president. We all know about the pay-for-play as it relates to the Clinton Foundation. And yet nothing has been done about it. These people used our country to make themselves rich. They sold out our foreign policy. They sold out open raids on our tax system. They sold out everything so that they could fatten their goddamn bureaucratic pockets. And now you've got Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton talking garbage about how they're victims, for Christ's sake. Oh, my God. I'm telling you right now, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, I don't want to talk about these stupid pieces of low-grade trash called the Clintons. They are a thing of history, and anybody thinking of goddamn voting for their stupid daughter, who is not the goddamn daughter of Bill Clinton. We all know that's Ron Hubbell's daughter. You can put a picture side by side with Ron Hubbell and Chelsea Clinton. It's the exact same face. Even though Chelsea Clinton tried to, get some plastic surgery done, we could still see that Ron Hubbell face. Good God! And by the way, Chelsea Clinton was actually ambushed with a camera while she was signing books. And they went up to her and said, how does it feel to be L. Ron Hubbell's, or excuse me, that's the Scientology guy, sorry, Ron Hubbell's daughter. How does it feel to be Ron Hubbell's daughter? And she smiles like a psychotic fucking, Prozac overdose and says, I'm really proud to be my parents' daughter, okay? I'm very proud of being my parents' daughter. Jesus Christ. Anyway, and oh yeah, by the way, before I move on to the cryptos, also, he claimed, I'm talking Bill Clinton, that the media gave Obama a break. Man, he's throwing his own boy under the bus, although it doesn't surprise me, folks, okay? The reason, I want to be honest, the Obamas and the Clintons, they never liked each other, man. Their whole bond was political. Their whole bond was political. That's it. I mean, lest we forget that the injection of racial politics, if we turn back the history books and we turn back the hands of time, I should say. If you go back to 2008, during the South Carolina primary of the Democrats, it was the Clintons that initiated the racial overtones to the whole idea of campaigning for president. And you can pinpoint it to that time in history. It was the 2008 South Carolina Democratic primary in which the Clintons tried to turn Obama into the ghetto candidate. Now, instead of it working for them and turning Obama into the ghetto candidate, what happened is that it infuriated the blacks, and then it created a whole new racial component to politics that hasn't gone away ever since. And Clinton, you have the audacity to say that the goddamn media took it easy on Barack Obama. They took it easy on you, you sick, sadistic, sexual abuser piece of goddamn garbage. Are you kidding me? I mean, good God, you got away with all kinds of crap. I mean, you were obviously slipping your sausage in anybody that would give you an orifice. I mean, countless times I saw herpes simplex sores on your lips, and we just had to pretend that, he's got a mouth sore, he's allergic to pizza sauce or some shit. I mean, give me a break! I'm telling you, man, this goes to show you that these Democrats don't stand for anything. They don't stand for anything. They don't even stand for each other. They have no loyalty. They're pieces of garbage, man. And that's all I've got to say about it. I'm not going to give any more time to this goddamn Bill Clinton or the Democrats. They make me sick. All right? Let's go ahead and talk about cryptocurrency. I'm sure that's what everybody wants to talk about right now. Now, as I have said time and time again about the cryptocurrency markets, that everyone should keep an eye on the U.S. dollar index spot, okay, or the U.S. spot index. Now, the reason that you want to look at the U.S. dollar spot index is because it is an indicator on whether or not cryptocurrency is going to go up or down. Now, we've been in a bull run in the U.S. dollar for the past, I would say month, maybe going into a month and a half. And as a result, we've seen cryptocurrency prices go down, 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 down. So down, in fact, that we had hit a market capitalization in cryptocurrency at $305 billion. Okay? Well, folks, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the U.S. spot dollar index, but gradually the U.S. dollar has gone down. I mean, very, very slightly. And as the incremental slight decreases in the U.S. dollar happen, we have slightly seen the cryptocurrency markets go up and up. And that's what I've been telling you on this broadcast, folks. You want to call bottoms on cryptocurrency, keep an eye on the U.S. index spot, all right? Now, we take a look at the dollar index today. It is down 0.13%. And in the past several days, it's gone down in that incremental capacity around 0.10, 0.09. Today it's 0.13. And as those little incremental chunks come off of the dollar spot index, it's added to the cryptocurrency markets. So that's why I keep telling each and every one of you that are listening, especially during the cryptocurrency market hour, is that you need to keep an eye on that U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar goes up, crypto goes down. All right? U.S. dollar goes down, crypto goes up, baby. It's that goddamn simple, and you know what? You're welcome. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the current market capitalization for cryptocurrency right now. The market capitalization for crypto is $336 billion market capitalization. $336 billion. So once again, when we hit the bottom of the cryptocurrency market cap, it was at $305 billion. And as we started seeing gradual increases in the dollar, we saw it reflected here in the cryptocurrency markets. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening now. Now, with that being said, we are seeing a contraction because, you know, we haven't seen that much shaved off of the dollar's value. And we're not going to. And as I stated, folks, we've got a lot of situations going on in the fiat currency markets right now. We've got a situation in Italy, which is the third largest bond distributor, who could potentially go default, which could not only infect the complete EU into a potential economic tragedy, for a lack of a better term. I mean, it could go into a Great Depression. But the contagion of the bonds of Italy going defunct could spread throughout Europe, Asia, South America, a little bit into the United States of America, because who's buying those bonds, right? Who's buying those goddamn Italy bonds? I'll tell you who's buying. It's banks, central banks, institutions, financial institutions all over the world. So we have that going on. We've got fiat currencies literally degrading all across the country, or all across the world. And right now, the U.S. dollar is king, baby. The U.S. dollar is king, and because the U.S. dollar is paired with cryptocurrency, if U.S. dollar is going to continue to be king, we're going to continue to see these decreases in crypto. So with that being said, let's take a look at some of these crypto. It's a lot of red out here. But once again, hold, baby. We don't know how long the U.S. dollar is going to continue to be valuable. There are some things that could potentially decrease it. For instance, if the EU, the European Union, decides that it's going to trade with Iran, Iran wants it to exclusively buy its oil with euros as opposed to the U.S. petrodollar, which could definitely cause some contraction in the U.S. dollar. So there's a lot of factors to factor in. That's why you always got to keep up to the date, baby, with everything, man. That's why you come to the broadcast and listen to the Financial Hour, baby. Anyway, let's get to Bitcoin. All right, BTC is the symbol. All right, Bitcoin market capitalization for Bitcoin is $127 billion market cap. The circulating supply is 17 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 3.04%, 3.04% in the negative. Current price for Bitcoin is $7,488.14. All right. Now, I want to be honest with you. I don't like Bitcoin. It was the original kid on the blockchain. I get it, but there's a lot of other coins that blow this out of the water. Now, the only reason that we're going to continue to see increases, I think that the highest that we'll ever see it is probably around, and this is if an over speculation happens, in proportion with the decrease in the dollar or some type of hype that's going on with Bitcoin. I could see it going possibly as high as 15, but I don't think that we'll see it as high as 13. And the only reason that we're going to see this increase is because, as I've stated, anybody you ask about cryptocurrency, the first thing that comes out of their mind is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at the top of mind when it comes to referencing cryptocurrency, and to be honest with you, that's all it takes to continue to sustain the continuity of Bitcoin itself. So, do I see some increases from where we're at on Bitcoin? Absolutely. Am I a long-term investor on Bitcoin? F no. Fuck no. All right, no way. A lot of other coins out here to be choosing from. Better transaction fees, better transaction times, safety, security, etc. Okay? But still, if you want to make a play, just keep an eye on it and, make your money moves, baby. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. ETH is the symbol. Current market capitalization for Ethereum is $58 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 99 million in circulation. That's a lot in circulation, man. In the past 24 hours, Ethereum has gone down 4.89%. The current price for Ethereum, symbol ETH, $589.45. I think there's some room to grow on this one for the short term as well, folks. I mean, keep an eye on this one to go up. And as I stated, here in the short-term increase, we saw it to go as high as about 700. The highest it's been is at around 1150, I believe, 1,150. And if we were to able, by some chance, to reach those heights and surpass the all-time high, then the sky's the limit. But I don't see this going any higher than $2,000 at best. And that's based on the circulation. I mean, that's a lot of circulation there, man. I mean, 99 million. And by the way, the other reason I don't like ETH is because it doesn't seem like it's ever going to stop mining itself. I know that they're having an initial proof of work to initiate the first distribution, whatever number that is, of Ethereum. And then at some point, we're going to see a proof of stake being implemented in Ethereum. So, and once again, there is no goddamn number on when the final circulation is going to be for Ethereum. So that's what, I mean, just invest in it for the short term and make trade. That's the only reason I'm covering these damn things. And they are the big kids right now on the block. So you have to give them their due. In the past 24 hours, Ethereum has gone down 4.89% decrease. Current price for Ethereum is $589.45 per Ethereum. Okay? Let's continue to Bitcoin Cash. Now, what did I tell you all about Bitcoin Cash, folks, especially during the last contraction, which was about maybe a week ago? We saw it go down as low as the high 700s. The high 700s on Bitcoin Cash. And I said, hey, you might want to check this one out. This one's going to run. Whenever we see a contraction in the U.S. dollar, this is going to run, folks. Everybody likes Bitcoin Cash right now as an alternative for Bitcoin. Once again, faster transaction times, lower transaction fees. It's basically Bitcoin but better. That's why they called it Bitcoin Cash. And like I said, it would be a feasible alternative to fiat if it doesn't go over $2,500 or $3,000 a crypto. Once you start going over $2,500 or $3,000 a Bitcoin Cash, that's when you're going into over-speculation market, and it defeats the purpose of even being a fiat currency. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to Bitcoin Cash. $18 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Bitcoin Cash is 17 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin Cash has gone down 6.43%. And let me tell you, it went as high as $1,200 in the past couple of days. But since the U.S. dollar is not contracting as rapidly as many of the investors in the crypto markets would like, it's kind of stagnating at around the current price, $1,104.04 per Bitcoin Cash. Let's go ahead and take a look at EOS. Now, folks, like I said, June is do or die for EOS. They're releasing their mainnet this goddamn month of June. And if it works, well, then obviously we could see this pop off to a considerable amount of money, maybe $20-25 plus. If it doesn't work, I plan on seeing EOS sink to the ground. So we shall see if it's going to be a winner or a loser. It's taken a lot of time to get to this point. Let's see if the EOS team can come up with what they say they're going to come up with. With that being said, this is a pretty good one to keep an eye on, whether it's going to do something or not. Take a look at it. EOS current market capitalization is $12 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 896 million. 896 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, EOS has gone down 7.79%. Current price for EOS, $13.49. Good God. Good God. Let's get to Litecoin, folks. LTC. This could also be another feasible alternative to fiat, but once again, what did I tell you about the creator of this coin, Charlie Lee? A complete autist tard who can't keep his yap shut on Twitter. Hey, Charlie Lee, shut the fuck up! Anyway, Litecoin, LTC, current market capitalization is $6.7 billion. All right, the circulating supply is 56 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Litecoin has gone down 4.87%. Current price for Litecoin, symbol LTC, $119.42. All right, let's continue going. Who else do we have here? We got Dash and Monero. Let's get to Monero first because it likes to what? Run. It's a pattern or swing trading play, baby. Monero, XMR, current market capitalization is $2.5 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Monero is 16 million. Well, I'm counting 1 million extra there. Sorry. 16 million in circulation for Monero. In the past 24 hours, Monero has gone down 5.91%. Current price for Monero, $159.80 per Monero. Now let's get to Dash, baby. I like Dash. Once again, I think this is a good time to buy considering we've been seeing levels at the high 200s. I mean, come on, man. I mean, we saw Dash as high as about $1,200 at one point. So, got a lot of bag holders, and the distribution is low. High transaction speed, low transaction fee. You know how it is, folks. Let's go ahead and get to Dash. Symbol DASH. Current market capitalization for Dash is $2.5 billion market cap. The current circulating supply is 8 million. That's it. 8 million in circulation for Dash. In the past 24 hours, Dash has gone down 4.66%. Current price for Dash, folks, $316.02 per Dash. All right, we're going to continue going, folks. All right, I'm only going to take a couple more, and then we're going to move on with the broadcast because we're seeing nothing but red, and I'm pretty sure everybody out there in the cryptocurrency market are like, we get it, Ghost, it's red, shut up! So, let's go ahead and go to Quantum, folks. Now, once again, it is my and the Inner Circle's biggest holding. Symbol is QTUM. Now, the thing about this particular crypto, folks, is that it's got all the deals. It's got all the technology. I mean, it is dominating the Asian cryptocurrency market. If you take a look at the exchanges out of Korea, out of China, they are coupling Quantum with other cryptocurrencies to trade. Because traditionally, if you go to an exchange, you have to have either Bitcoin or Ethereum and exchange for whatever crypto that you want based on those pairings. Well, in Korea and in China, they are pairing it up with Quantum. Now, what Patrick Dye and the Quantum crew is planning on doing is they realize that they're continuously adding on partnerships and expanding their technology, and yet the market is failing to notice the value of what's going on here with Quantum. So what they're planning on doing is they just released they're going to go into a full-fledged marketing campaign for quantum, and they're going to try to make sure that everybody in the cryptocurrency investment community knows about quantum, its technology, its partnerships. So at any moment, we should see quantum, symbol QTUM, go all the way up. I'm just saying, folks, I'm telling you, man, just do your own research. Quantum and their technology blows all these other coins out of the water. It is also a proof of stake coin, folks. So that means for however much quantum you hold in your Quantum Core wallet, quantum will pay you quantum for holding it. Proof of stake. Unbelievable. And by the way, folks, all the airdrops that are happening for quantum, because what is happening right now, quantum is its own token. For instance, Ethereum, you have a bunch of Ethereum-based coins. ERC20 is the token that is Ethereum-based. Well, so does quantum. Quantum has its own token, QRC, and it is starting to allow its tokens to create other coins, and those coins are airdropped right into your goddamn Quantum Core wallet. I'm talking Bodhi has been dropped. I mean, Bitcoin Unlimited has been dropped. I mean, you're just getting free money just for holding quantum, for heaven's sake. And the reason is because of the QRC20 token, man. So with that being said, folks, this is a great investment for the long term. Just based on the circulating supply, the technology, the trajectory of this particular coin taking the same pattern as Ethereum is fucking so probable. I'm waiting for it, baby, all right? I'm waiting for it. I'm salivating waiting for it because I know, and each and every one of you that listen to my broadcast knows, that the value in cryptocurrency is technology. Technology. Hands down. And quantum's got it, baby. QTUM is the symbol. Current market capitalization is $1.2 billion market cap. The current circulating supply for quantum is 88 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, quantum has gone down considerably with all the other coins. It is down 7.03%. That means it's buying time, baby, all right? That means it's buying time. Current price for quantum, a whopping cheap buy price of $13.70 per quantum. And I'm going to get to the last coin, and we're going to move on, folks. Zcash. That's right, Zcash, symbol ZEC. The current market capitalization is $952 million market cap. The current circulating supply, very low, 4 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Zcash has gone down 8%. Yeah, man, it's raining red right now. Current price for Zcash, symbol ZEC, $234.24 per Zcash cryptocurrency, all right? Now, let's go ahead and get to some stocks, folks. Now, stocks are going up based upon the growth optimism that's happening. I mean, you take a look at what the numbers that came out for jobs on Friday, 230,000 jobs for the month of May. Huh? I mean, are we living the Make America Great Again economy or what? Woo! Thank God Trump is president. And that's why we're seeing nothing but great numbers in the stock market. Look, not even these tariffs that the president has implemented on the European Union, Canada, Mexico, and potentially China can shake the amount of economic prosperity that's coming into this country, folks. All right? That's why you've got people optimistic on Wall Street, even amidst these potential quote-unquote trade wars. And let me explain something one more again, because I know there's a lot of people that may be getting fear-mongered by the goddamn media because, oh my God, we're going to start a trade war. We're going to start a trade war with our allies and all this shit. You had fucking the Prime Minister of Canada today come out and say, I am really disappointed that the United States thinks that our trade relationship is something of national security, and we don't like it. Well, you know what? Tough titty, Trudeau. All right? Tough titty to everybody that doesn't like the fact that the United States is going to give tariffs for aluminum and steel. And if you don't like it, well then tough titty. What did you arrogant countries think? That we're going to continue to just give you this imbalanced trade deal until we no longer have any more credit so that we can continue to spend? Because, folks, this has been my biggest criticism ever since I started this broadcast 10 years ago. These imbalanced trade deals. I mean, during Obama, folks, we didn't produce a goddamn thing. The only thing we produced was cheeseburgers and entertainment. And now we've got a president that understands the emphasis of production. Because, folks, why are we continuously sending our money to other countries when they think that that's all we're good for? I mean, just by their mere reactions to the fact that we're just putting tariffs on two commodities, steel and aluminum. Because of that, each and every one of these people that are supposed to be our allies are coming out as if we just farted on their best Sunday suit. And they're acting that way because they think that we're stupid. They think that we're ignorant. They think that we're just nothing more than a cash cow. And by God, we're not the stupid country anymore, you idiots. And how do you think? Can somebody explain this? Can some economics teacher explain this? How do these goddamn countries think that they have us by the balls when they're the ones that have a surplus on us? I mean, we have deficits with each and every one of these countries that are bitching and moaning about us renegotiating our trade deal, about us putting tariffs on steel and aluminum. How come these morons think that we can't renegotiate our trade deal to a more fair trade level? Are we just supposed to continue to give $200 billion in deficits on an annual basis in trade to the European Union? Are we supposed to just go ahead and give $90 billion in deficit trading to Mexico? Are we just going to continue to deficit spend on an annual basis to Canada? Are we going to continue to spend $600 billion, $100 billion with a B, $600 billion on an annual trade deficit basis with China? I mean, just imagine, those are hardcore numbers, baby. That's $1 trillion. We're spending $1 trillion making other countries rich. And when we try to renegotiate these trade deals, these arrogant assholes think that we're just supposed to just shut up and keep spending like a bunch of lab rats. Well, fuck you, the EU, and fuck you, Canada, and fuck you, Mexico, and fuck you, China. All right? We're not the stupid country anymore. Just because you bought out our goddamn politicians in Washington, D.C., and they enacted laws, they passed taxes for this kind of garbage to be legal in this country, doesn't make it right, and that's why the United States people are now politically aware, and we're not going to let you morons pull the wool over our eyes again. And that's why you got these goddamn Eurocucks and everybody across the globe pissed off, because as I stated, these tariffs that the president has implemented has thrown sugar in the gasoline tank of globalism. You know, Jacob Rothschild came out yesterday. Believe it or not, I saw the headlines. Jacob Rothschild came out yesterday and said Trump is threatening the continuity of the New World Order. You're goddamn right. What did I tell each and every one of you back in 2010, 2011? I said that the capitalist revolution will rise, and these goddamn globalists will have to deal with us. Do you understand that? You will have to deal with us, and if you don't, we will be the biggest thorn in your goddamn globalist ass that you've ever seen come across this side of history, boy. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? These fucking globalists think they fucking own us? Huh? Nobody owns me, you piece of crap! I'm a capitalist! I'm a goddamn capitalist, do you understand? I'm a... damn it! I'm a fucking capitalist! Damn it! I'm a goddamn capitalist, do you understand me? Do you fucking... Do you understand me? We, the American people, are politically awake, you globalist scum! And we represent capitalism! We represent freedom! We represent the individual, you stupid pieces of crap! I'm serious as a heart attack whenever I say this, folks. I'm serious. Let me calm down, folks. I'm sorry I'm going off keister for Christ's sake, but thank God Donald Trump is president. Thank God this man is going out there and kicking ass and taking names out here and giving a goddamn Ike Turner back slap to the fucking globalists. Goddamn, my fucking heart's goddamn beating like a rabbit, but you know what? I don't care! I'm a capitalist, damn it! I'm a capitalist! I mean, that just fuels me, man, every time I say that I'm a fucking capitalist, man. All right, folks, my apologies. I know I'm going off keister for Christ's sake, but I hope that you fucking hear the goddamn passion. I hope that you hear the fury. I hope. All right. We're getting to the goddamn stock market, all right? Let me cover it. Dow Jones Industrial is up 178.48 points, a percentage increase of 0.72%. Closing out the Dow at 24,813.69 points for the Dow Jones Industrial, all right? We've got the S&P. It is also up 12.25 points, a percentage increase of 0.45%, closing out the S&P at 2,746.87 points for the S&P 500. We got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is also up 52.13 points, a percentage increase of 0.69%, closing out the NASDAQ at 7,606.46 points for the NASDAQ composite. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just pissed, man. I'm just pissed off. I gotta calm down, folks. I gotta calm down. Let me get some love on the rocks. Some love on the rocks. Oh, some good stuff. All right. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about some commodities here, okay, folks? Now, commodities, we saw a little bit of a slight increase in energy after some major dippage. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Energy, WTI sweet crude is up 26 cents, a percentage increase of 0.40%, closing out WTI at $65.01 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude also up 17 cents, a percentage increase of 0.23%, closing out Brent crude at $75.46 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We've got gasoline also up 0.26%. Natural gas is down 0.24%. Heating oil is up 0.08%. Let's go ahead and get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! We've got gold is down today, $1.40, a percentage decrease of 0.11%, closing out gold at $1,295.90 per troy ounce of gold. We've got silver. It is also down a penny today. All right, percentage decrease of 0.04%, closing out silver at $16.43 per troy ounce of silver. We've got copper up today, 0.06%. We've got platinum down today, 0.08%. Let's go ahead and get to agriculture, shall we, folks? Let's go ahead and get to agriculture. Grains, corn is down 0.07%. We've got wheat up 0.40%. We've got oats down 0.62%. We've got rough rice up 0.22%. Soybean up 0.02%. Soybean oil down 0.19%. And canola is down 0.02%. Let's go ahead and get to the soft, shall we? Now, remember when we talked about the situation in Africa and how it was affecting the cocoa prices? Of course, cocoa being the base for chocolate. And the reason that we're seeing some disturbances in Africa is why? Ebola, 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 eh. Anyway, those prices have since come down, folks. Cocoa is down 4.35% decrease on the day. Good God! We've got coffee.
Hey, dude, just don't talk to me unless I have my coffee. You hear me? Oh, don't have me. Oh, my coffee. Oh, please.
Shut up, you faggot! Anyway, we've got coffee down today, 1.02%. We've got sugar! Sugar is majorly down. It is down 4.95%. We've got orange juice also down 0.06%. We've got cotton, Cotton, it is down 1.54%. Lumber is down 0.88%. Rubber is down 0.21%. And ethanol is down 0.49%. It's down 1.49% for ethanol. Let's go ahead and get to livestock. Hold on, before I do, let me get another drink of the Love on the Rocks, because it feels so good, man. It's good stuff. All right, let's get to livestock. We got live cattle down today, 1.13% decrease on the day for live cattle. We've got cattle feeder down today, 1.01%. And before I start getting into the lean hogs, I want each and every one of you to remember that we are trying to sustain the continuity of the ham bone movement. And I'd like for each and every one of you, whenever you see a fat, slovenly, disgusting fat body with back tits and thunder thighs and all that nonsense that are rolling around in a hover round, whether it's in a shopping center, a shopping mall, or a grocery store, I'd like for you to just roll by, just kind of walk by these fat pieces of loser garbage. All right? Don't confront them. Just go by and go, ham bone. Fat, greasy ass, stinky, smelly, back tit having ham bone. I'm serious, man. We got to make America beautiful again. We got to make America beautiful again, and maybe after that much just subtle pressure, that's all it is, a little subtle pressure, they'll put the fucking fork down, all right? That's all I'm asking. All right, that's all I'm asking. Put the fucking fork down. Good God. Stop eating. Is that so hard? Jesus Christ. Anyway, lean hog is down 1.11% decrease on the day, and that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. What a Monday it has been, all right? Let me go. I mean, I'm already done with this. I guess I'll eat an ice cube. See, I got teeth. Faggots. And for all those that are asking, what the hell are you talking about, Ghost? These morons out here think that I'm some old idiot without any teeth, that I'm in a wheelchair, and all this other garbage. You know, shove it up your ass, all right? Ain't nobody doing that. Nobody doing none of that, all right? Sit over there and shut up. Now, I really hate to get into this part of the broadcast, but, you know, it's a necessity, folks, because I need people to kind of spread the word about the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Now, I would like to let everybody know that we're about to enter into the shout-out, the shout-out component of the broadcast. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to take shout-outs from the chat room first. We're going to take chat room shout-outs first, and once we do that, we're going to go right to the Gab shout-outs. And if you want a Gab shout-out, all you got to do is go to my Gab, Politics Ghost, and like the first post that states, True Capitalist Radio is now live. Listen in. All right? True Capitalist Radio is now live. Listen in. If you can go ahead and hook that up, I'll give you a shout-out here in a minute. Now, before we get into anything else, hey, engineer, do we have any chat room shout-outs by any chance? All right. Well, we've got chat room shout-outs. But I would like to remind everybody, if you want to be a part of the chat room, it's as simple as go into my goddamn Gab account, Politics Ghost, all right? All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. And once you're there, hit the subscribe button for premium content, all right? Hit the subscribe button for premium content, and once you do, private message me on Gab, and I'll be sure to give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room, all right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to some chat room shout-outs right now! All right, who do we got here? We got True Barnyard Orgy Radio. Now, fuck you. Okay, listen. This is what I'm talking about. You see that barnyard orgy garbage? Do you know that you have a bunch of cartoon, ejaculating, disgusting, perverted pricks, these autistic idiot basket cases that are actually supporting this barnyard orgy fucking video game to the extent of $40,000 a month? $40,000! I mean, what the... Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Give me a break! $40,000 a month, man! You know, I'm going to be honest with you folks. You know how much I've made? 10 years doing this fucking broadcast. You know how much I've made? I've made the equivalent of a manager of a Whataburger burger joint in 10 goddamn years of doing this broadcast, and you've got some sick, twisted, enemy cartoon orgy video game? Getting 40 grand a fucking month? I mean, good... God! Piss me off, man! That pisses me off, for Christ's sake! Damn it! I mean, give me a break! And you know something, folks? God damn it, you know something? I don't get paid anything to be on this broadcast right now. You know that? I mean, I am pure independent. What you're hearing right now is independent radio. I'm not getting paid dick! I'm not getting paid dick to do this broadcast! What have I done to myself, man? I mean, seriously, I've gone from making $4 grand a month. All right, I literally, that's what Blog Talk Radio gave me on average. $4 grand a month doing this broadcast, and now I'm not making shit. I'm not making nothing. Yet you've got Barnyard Orgy, the fucking video game, making 40 grand a month in donations. I mean, fucking Austin! Do it! God! God damn it! Now I'm gonna fucking mess over this fucking place! I gotta fucking mess all over this fucking place! But it pisses me off because I get no kind of fucking appreciation for this fucking show! That's all I want is a fucking appreciation for doing this fucking show! That's all I fucking want, man. Is that so fucking hard to ask, man? After 10 years of doing this shit? Is that so goddamn hard to ask? damn it! I'm sorry. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we're now in the second hour of the True Capitalist fucking radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. Yada, yada, yada. I mean, all I want is a little bit of fucking appreciation after 10 years. 10 fucking years I've been doing this shit. 10 fucking... just fucking shit. Fucking 10 years! 10 fucking years I've been doing this shit! 10 years! And I don't get any kind of fucking appreciation whatsoever! 10 fucking years! 10 fucking years, man! God damn it! Oh, God! 10 years of no fucking appreciation, man. 10 fucking years, man. I've been giving you my fucking heart, my soul, for Christ's sake, my tears, my sweat, you fucking people! Do you understand? 10 fucking... 10 fucking years! 10 fucking goddamn years! 10 fucking years! 10 fucking years with no fucking appreciation! 10 fucking years! Fucking pissed, man! I'm pissed! I'm pissed! God damn it! Oh! My fucking drink, man. 10 goddamn years, man. 10 goddamn years I've been doing this shit. And I never fucking get a goddamn appreciation for it one fucking bit, man. Not one goddamn bit, man. You know what I got? I got a bunch of autistic goddamn ass retards demanding that I bring back this fucking radio graffiti, for Christ's sake. I don't want to fucking do it, man. Do you understand that? I'm not goddamn entertainment for tards. You understand that? I'm not fucking entertainment. I'm not entertainment for fucking tards. Damn it! I'm not entertainment for tards, man. I'm not entertainment for tards. Fucking shit, man. Fucking son of a bitch, man. 10 fucking years! 10 fucking years I've been doing this shit! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ, man. I'm just so fucking pissed off, man. Just so goddamn freaking pissed off. I'm just so goddamn shit all over the fucking place, man. Damn it, this fucking mess all over the fucking place. 10 fucking years! 10 fucking years I've been doing this fucking shit! Oh my God, I'm so fucking sick, man. I'm just so goddamn sick of this crap, man. I'm so sick! I'm sorry, goddamn it, folks. I know it's. I got look at these production notes. I got production notes here. I'm trying to turn this goddamn show a little bit more serious, for Christ's sake. Fucking production notes and shit. Damn, this fucking mess. There's a fucking mess all over this fucking place. I'm done, man. I don't even know what to do, man. You guys out here, man, 10 fucking years! Fucking 10 years, man. Man, I need some beer, for Christ's sake, man. I need some more beer! For Christ's sake, man. Hey, what, this is all I got? I got fucking more fucking cans? More fucking cans, for Christ's sake? Jesus! Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Frickin'. Good God, man. Throw this fucking can in the back. The rest of them, for Christ's sake. 10 fucking years, man! Don't you understand? Everybody who's listening to me, do you understand me? 10 fucking years! And wait a minute, who the hell is this asshole on Gab? Who the fuck told you to make a fucking graphic about fucking goddamn fuckers, man? You fuckers! Jesus Christ! Oh, God! Oh, give me my fucking beer, man. I'm making a fucking mess, man. I'm just gonna calm down, man. I'm sorry, folks. I'm so goddamn sorry, man. I'm so goddamn sorry. I don't even want to do the show right now. I want to be honest with you. I don't want to do the show right now, man. Fucking making fun of me on fucking Gab. And fuck you on Gab! Fuck you! Fuck you! I'm just so fucking sick, man. I mean, I'm sorry, folks. Look, I don't want to do shout-outs. I'm sorry. You people are pissing me off. I did, you know... I'm just so sick, man. I'm... All right, I'm just going to calm down, all right? I'm going to calm down, and we're going to move on, okay? I think I'm going to throw up. I'm so upset. Hold on, I chunked it down. All right. I mean, look, my stomach hurts. Look, I don't give a shit, man. I mean, 10 years! 10 fucking years! And, oh, it fucking feels bad, man. Look at that. Look at my Gab. They're trying to... I'm not a feels bad, man! I'm not a fucking feels bad, man! Jesus Christ! I'm not a feels bad, man, you fuck! All of you on Gab, fuck you! Alright? All of you on fucking Gab, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, you fuck! Fuck you! I'm not a feels bad, man! Fuck you! Jesus Christ! Fuck you, Uncap! Fuck you! You assholes on Cab, man. Fuck you, man. Oh, God. I was trying to make this show serious, for Christ's sake. Look, I'm gonna get done with the goddamn shout-outs and that's it. I might even be done. I might even be gone after the fucking shout-outs. I'm so goddamn pissed off, man. Oh. Oh my God. I mean, I'm sorry, man. I'm so fucking pissed off, man. I mean, you know, these people on the internet, man, they can really piss you the fuck off. You know that? And shut up, I'm not crying. Fuck you, I'm not crying, alright? Shut up. I'm not fucking crying. Shut up. I poked myself in the eye, you fuck. Shut up. Just shut up. Okay. I'm gonna calm down now, right? I'm gonna calm down. Okay. Let me move on with the goddamn chat room shout-outs, for fuck's sake, man. I mean, good God, what a goddamn carpet munching Monday this fucking son of a bitch has turned into now. Holy dog shit! Alright. Let me move on with the goddamn fucking shout-outs, man. Alright, look, we got the God of Rage in the house. What's going on to Tesla Cyberheart? We got 10 autistic years really paid off. Oh, fuck you! I'm not a fucking autist. Go shove it up your fucking ass. Fuck you! Put that faggot in the woodshed. Put him in the woodshed! We got Stagio in the house. We got... Oh, my God. What is this? Silly with the Willie Bill Clinton? Oh, that's great, for Christ's sake. We got Guatlava. We got Satan Cock 1666. We got I Appreciate You, Ghost. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, too, man. We got Nat in the house. We got Pepe the Frog. We've got Mile High in the place, Metaform in the house, Man Bear Pig in the place. We've got John Oliver. John Oliver! Man, fuck that! Get that limey out of my goddamn freaking room! Get him out! Get him the hell out of here! Who else do we have, for Christ's sake? We got JD in the house, Insane Energy, Guatemala en Fuego. Guatemala en Fuego. Shove it up your ass, for Christ's sake. Inner Circle equals dying cult of autist. You fucking son of a fucking bitch. Ah! You're lucky this ain't your fucking face. You're lucky this ain't your fucking face. If this was your fucking face, I'd be beating your fucking head. Damn it! Fuck! Don't talk about the Inner Circle! Those are my friends and my family! Fuck you! Put that fucking asshole in the woodshed, too, while you're at it. Put that fucking asshole in the woodshed! We got Ice Cap in the house. Who else do we have? We got Nice Stowies, LLC. Fuck you, man. We got Holden Capitalist. We got Hawk Late Milk. We got Hawaiian Front Yard Barbecue. Oh, shut the fuck up! We got Harvey Johnson, Hambone Capitalist, Ham Soyolo. Yeah, no kidding, for Christ's sake. We got Ghostler Pile. Yeah, shut up, you funky butt-loving ass. And there's Funky Butt-loving. We got Fedora Kush in the house. Edgar Rains. Economic Refugee Chellis. We've got David Hayter. We got Cyber Necro. Crawling in My Crawl. Oh, Jesus, there's the colon punisher again. Good God. Certified Tard Wrangler. We got Celexa. We got Capitalist America. Who else do we have here? We got C for AR. What's up, man? We got Blasphemous Tards in the Guillotines. We've got Bill Blowed His Last Load. Oh, Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck up, man. We've got Bill Maher, for real. Bill Maher. I'd like to break your bell pepper ass nose there, Bill Maher, you piece of socialist slime. We've got Big Pick Knickers. What the hell does that mean, for Christ's sake? Tinfoil Years. Yeah, shut up. And last but not least, we got BN King in the house. All right, now look. Let's go ahead and take some Gab shout-outs, even though each and every one of you Gab jackasses are out here posting all kinds of nefarious crap about me, which I really don't appreciate one goddamn bit, man. I don't appreciate one goddamn bit. Now, hey, engineer, do we got any goddamn Gab shout-outs to be had out here? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Gab shout-outs right now. Who do we have here? We got Ghost Bar Gets Matined. Don't you even fucking joke about that, you fuckers! Don't you fucking... Don't you even joke about that, man! Ghost Bar Gets Matined, like Omar Mateen, the guy who shot up the Pulse nightclub. You fucking kebab mouth chewer piece of shit! I mean, this is the kind of crap that I've got to go through, people. Do you understand that? This is the kind of crap I got to fucking go through! We've got, what is this? Raiden's 8 equal? Shut up, 8 equal, you fucking tard. Who else do we have? Wheelchair Orgy, $40,000. Shut up! 10 years of Tard Entertainment, LOL. I'm not Tard Entertainment, man! I am not Tard Entertainment! I'm not fucking that asshole autist idiot Ice Poseidon, okay? I'm not that fucking stupid autist. I'm not entertainment for tards. So shut up. Who else do we have here? We got Capitalist Ice, for Christ's sake. 10 years of tears. Shut up, I wasn't crying. I poked myself in the eye. Shut the fuck up. We got Barnyard Colon Scooper. Fucking what? What? Oh, my God. Just pee and wipe the sides. Oh, Jesus Christ. What else do we have here? We got Roseanne first, TCR next. Ain't nobody going to take me off, boy. I'm my own independent broadcasting operation. You understand me? Ain't nobody going to take me off the air there, you stupid sack of crap. Who else do we have here? We got Ghost, Goy, Robinson, Kant, Masad, Al-Assad. Shut the fuck up, all right? Just shut up. TCR equals quality tard entertainment since 2008. Fucking piece of... damn it! I'm not fucking entertainment for fucking tards! Damn it! Listen, I am not entertainment for fucking tards. God damn it, man. Oh my God, my heart's fucking weak, man. Just fucking with you people, man. Don't you understand that? It's fucking weak, man. I'm not entertainment for tards. Listen, I'm done, man. I am so done with the fucking shot. All you on Gab, you fucking socialist schlonghead sucking, dog farting, fetish having, transsexual turd burglar looking pieces of red-headed, four-eyed, freckle-faced beaten trash. Shove it up your ass! I'm not doing any more goddamn gab shoutouts or any more shoutouts. I'm done with this crap. And you people want me to bring back fucking Radio Graffiti? Are you fucking nuts? Are you nuts? Jesus Christ, man. I'm already out of beer for Christmas. More beer! More beer on this fucking carpet munching Monday, man. Got all these fucking trolls. Got all these fucking trolls fucking with me, man. And all I'm trying to do is put a decent show on, man. That's all I'm trying to. I'm trying to put on a fucking decent show, man. 10 fucking years, man, I've been doing this broadcast, and I get no fucking respect, man. 10 fucking years, man. 10 goddamn years, man. Oh, my God, man. I'm so sick. I'm so goddamn sick. All right, I'm moving on, man. I'm moving on to something else. I'm not going to fucking put up with any more of this autistic internet bullshit, man. I'm telling you, internet censorship is coming, and it's going to be because of you trolls. It's going to be because of you goddamn sons of bitches. They're already implementing internet regulation and oversight in the UK. They're already doing it in the EU, you jag-off. And the reason they're doing it is because of all of you fucking trolls. It's because of all you fucking trolls, man. Man, you fucking sons of bitches on fucking Gab. Look at my Gab, for Christ's sake. 10 quality tard entertainment years since 2008. Man, I'm so fucking tired of it. Fucking tired of it. Shit. Damn it. Damn it! I'm not paying any more attention to Gab, man. I fucking can't do this anymore, man. I can't fucking do this anymore. Look, all of y'all can't just shut the fuck up, man. Seriously, just shut up. All of you just shut up. I'm moving on, man. I'm moving on. I got fucking production notes, asshole. I got fucking production notes. Fucking shit, man. Just trying to do a fucking show here, man. 10 fucking years! 10 goddamn years! And no goddamn fucking respect, nothing, man. Nothing. Nothing from fucking nobody, man. I gotta fucking drink, man. You fucking people make me fucking drink, man. It's the only way I can just fucking do this show. The show becomes palatable, for fuck's sake. All right, I'm moving on to the broadcast. Fuck all you people. All right, I'm moving on. All right, I got production notes here. I'm going to talk about the President of the United States. All right, that'll put me in a better goddamn mood. Is talking about the President. Now, you know what today is, you sorry sacks of crap? Do you know what today is? It is 500 days of President Trump. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? 500 days of President Trump. And by God, has he accomplished a hell of a whole lot, considering it has been him against the world, baby. It's been him against the weaponized propaganda media, him against the deep state, him against the swamp in Washington, D.C., and he's been able to accomplish more than any president that comes to mind in such a short period of time. 500 days of President Trump. And I'm telling you, everything that I did, all right, all the 10 fucking years I've been broadcasting, it was all worthwhile in 2016, all right? It was all worthwhile in 2016 because we proved to the goddamn political class, to the deep state, to the globalists, that the people still hold the power in this political system in the United States. 500 days of absolute winning. And let me tell you something, folks. The midterms 2018 are as important as ever. That's why we have to take politics seriously, for Christ's sake. We have to make sure that we conjure up the meme wars once again. And if you are living in a district in which a progressive, leftist, socialist Democrat is running in your district, by God, if you are on the right wing of the political spectrum, it is your duty to meme the hell out of that piece of trash. It is your duty to dig up all the dirt you can find on this disgusting piece of anti-American crap. The 2018 midterms are just as important as the 2016 presidential campaign. And I hope that each and every one of you that are listening to my voice understand this. I hope that you all understand this, because we cannot allow any kind of progressive Democrats to be elected into the House or Senate. We cannot allow a blue wave to supersede itself on to Washington, folks, because if, and I mean if, the Democrats elect a lot of people in there, if they elect a lot of people, they're going to go right for presidential impeachment. And it'll be purely political, and it will cause a constitutional crisis. And let me tell you something. If they go for impeachment on our president, I think it's pure revolution time. It is revolution time, baby. I am not joking around. If they try to throw impeachment on President Trump, every right-wing soul in America better take their Second Amendment and assert it with audacity and resolve, because we're in it for the long, hard slug if that's the case. Now, I am not advocating any violence towards the government, because you see, if that ever happened, let's just say for the sake of argument, they do impeach Trump. They want you to implement violence on the government because it justifies them incrementally bringing in totalitarianism and their communism, etc. But I'll tell you this. If they attempt to impeach Trump, I think the targets of venting up frustration should be these mouthpieces that have been propagating this impeachment, that have been desecrating this president, that have spreading slanderous and libelous lies about this president so that it can confuse and coerce the American people. And I want to be completely honest with you, if this happens, if Democrats are elected and revolutionary time comes around, the first target should be the sons of bitches that are on these late night shows, that are on these comedic political shows that are not even from this country. I'm talking about the Trevor Noahs and the John Olivers and the Samantha Bees, and these people aren't even from this fucking country. And yet they seem to have the utmost safety to just continuously bash our country, in our country, on our media system, and they seem to be doing it safely and comfortably in our goddamn country. I mean, just imagine, folks, if yours truly went to any country and lived there and started bashing the hell out of that country, do you think the countrymen there would let me feel safe and secure, even though I'm there residing in their country, bashing their country? No! I wouldn't expect to feel safety if I'm in someone else's country bashing their country, especially on the mainstream media. And that's what I don't get. Do we not have enough patriotism? Do we not have any respect for our country that we can't make the scene a little uncomfortable for individuals like a Samantha Bee, like a John Oliver, like a Trevor Noah, who are immigrants, who are coming on our media and disrespecting our country and desecrating our people? How come we allow these people to do this so freely and so safely? Folks, you couldn't do it in another country. I couldn't do it in another country. So I'm suggesting this. If by some long chance the Democrats sweep this 2018 midterm election, it is revolution time. And once again, I'm not advocating any violence towards the government, but I think that it would be venting of revolutionary frustration on those mouthpieces that propagated this bullshit. Because if we get to a point where we are talking about impeachment for the president, then we're talking about a potential political crisis that will split the country. Because that's exactly what the left wants. They want chaos. They want disorder. Because that's how they take over countries, folks. That's how communists have taken over all countries. They want chaos. They want disorder. Because just like the political philosopher Thomas Hobbes said in the great book Leviathan, that people will throw away any rights, any privileges, anything for safety. And it was in this book called Leviathan in which Thomas Hobbes justified the nobility, justified feudalism, and justified monarchs, because monarchs kept a people safe. And so long as people are safe, they were willing to give up anything for safety. But that's what you people don't understand. Freedom is dangerous. There's nothing safe about freedom, because freedom is not given, folks. It's taken. And with freedom comes an element of danger. And we have to understand that no matter what happens, especially with these dumbass kids out here trying to claim that they have to take away our Second Amendment so that they could go to school or some bullshit, we need to realize that with true freedom is no safety. We have to make sure that we reign on that freedom, that we keep hold of that freedom and not let it go to any kind of tyrannical government central authority. Because once that government central authority takes hold, they will make all kinds of promises that they can't deliver. You've got these people talking about taking away the Second Amendment to make us a safer society. Yet, if you take a look at the most gun-free city in America, Chicago, over 1,000 gun deaths in Chicago alone in 1 year. The most gun-free, gun-control city in the country, Chicago, has the highest gun homicides in the country. How come you don't ever hear these people that are trying to take our Second Amendment say anything about that? Because I'm saying, folks, freedom is dangerous. And it may cost some of us our lives. It may cost some of us our safety. It may cost some of us our freedom. But by God, we are free people in this country. And what accords us this freedom? God. And you see, folks, that's why communists want to make every one of their communist model nation states to be godless. That's why an adherent to communism is atheism. Because with atheism, that means there is no God to anoint you rights. There is no God to give you a Bill of Rights. There is no God that gives you a freedom of speech or freedom of religion or right to bear arms. There is no God. That's why the communists want a godless society, because when you're nothing more than material, then you're nothing more than a material-based building, or a material-based idol, a material-based anything. I mean, you have to understand, folks, when you're in dialectic materialism, which is the philosophy of leftists, which is the philosophy of communists, that's what gives them the justification to kill millions of people. I mean, you should read the works of the most sophisticated communists. They justify killing millions of people based upon the fact that they believe that people are no different than bags of bricks or wood or any material that builds anything. That's the justification for it. That's why every time there's a communist model nation state, they have no problem killing millions of people, because that's the basis for which they are going to get to the dialectic at a rapid capacity. Now, with that being said, folks, 500 days of the president. And aside from this man giving us, the people, back the power into our hands, he has completely thrown a wrench into the machine of the globalist. He has poured sugar in the gas tank of the globalist vehicle. And folks, we have to continue to sustain that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this right here is the last bastion of freedom. Take a look at all the Europeans. They're all being subjugated by their government. And guess what their government's using to subjugate them? Refugees. Refugees. And if you criticize these refugees, if you criticize the government, whether it's on the internet in real life, you're going to get a visit from the authorities. You take a look at anywhere in the world, there is no freedom. We, the United States, are the last place of freedom. And you know something? That's why they want to take away our Second Amendment. Because they know that the United States and the people are a violent people. And you know, these assholes in Europe always try to claim like, oh, you know, you Americans are so violent, you know, and you don't know how to be civilized. Hey, it's our violence that keeps our government from preventing them. It prevents them from implementing totalitarianism on us. Look at you in the UK. You're all being implemented fucking totalitarian, draconian laws that no one could have ever even imagined, especially a post-Brexit. Take a look at what's happened in the EU. That will never happen in America, folks. You want to know why? There's over 300 million guns circulating the United States of America, and we will all fight to the death before America is turned into any communist socialist nation state. We will fight to the death. Now, I want to be honest with you folks. The reason that it may sound like yours truly may be hinting that violence is an option when it comes to politics is just based on mere observation. Take a look at Europe once again. They opened up their borders and opened up their arms so that people could seek refuge in their country. And those same people that they let seek refuge in their country are now dominating their country completely. Now, why is it that these folks that were supposedly from battle-hardened areas of the Middle East that were seeking refuge in European countries, why is it that these people are so easily taking control and taking over parts of Europe? Folks, it's because they're violent. It's because they're violent. And just take a look at all the violence being implemented by Islam, and take a look at all the refugees that are being influxed into Europe, and take a look at all the government capitulation and submission to Islam and its pedophile type of mentality when it comes to marriage, and its circumcision of women and the oppression of women, and all their little idiosyncratic fundamental garbage. Why are European countries and governments capitulating to these fucking Yehudis? Because they're violent. And that's why they're bowing down. That's why you have European countries scared to even mention anything about these people, criticize these people, force laws on these people. They're violent. So just based on that mere observation, we have to take the fact that violence makes governments capitulate or submit. And the perfect example is just to take a look at Europe. Because who are the nonviolent ones in Europe? The citizens! The citizens are there putting a finger up their ass, hoping that this thing blows over. It's not going to blow over. And how are they able to make a whole groups, different countries of Europe, how are they able to make them so docile? They were able to make them so docile from socialism, man. Socialism is what created this docile mentality of Europe. That's why no men in Europe are raising up, attempting to either become violent against those that are being violent towards the Yehudis, the Islamic invaders, the so-called refugees, or by God, why aren't you Europeans, you European civilians, you people that have lineage that trace back to world wars, and even way beyond that, how come none of you are being a little bit more living for something else other than yourself and doing something to these government officials? Listen, I'm not trying to say that anything should happen to those that are in the European Union or the UK Parliament, but it was their decisions, folks, that caused the refugee situation that has now become an all-out invasion on Europe. It was their decisions. It was their central planning. Why hasn't there been any venting of frustration by any citizenry against those authorities? I think that you are morally, ethically just in venting frustration in a potentially politically violent situation towards those that bestowed this violent situation on your society. Because that's what this Yehudis and their refuge in their countries have turned into. It's turned into an all-out violent invasion. You know, I read in the UK that the Yehudis, the jihadists, the fucking Islamic idiots that are living out there are trying to stop people from the UK from taking their fucking dogs to the park. Because apparently these goddamn Yehudis don't like dogs, so they want people to stop taking their dogs to the park. And now, all of a sudden, the UK people are coming out, oh, you know, that's not right. I'm going to go ahead and write a petition, I am. I'm going to write a petition, I am, and I'm going to go down and make sure that I can take out my dog. It took for these people to come after your dogs for you to finally stand up for something, you stupid cocks. So I'm going to be honest with you, folks. That's why people are afraid of America. And you can talk shit about us that, oh, there's school shootings, you know, mate. You got school shootings. You got shootings everywhere. You'll probably get shot in America. Yeah, you want to know why? Because freedom isn't free of danger. But at least we have the Second Amendment in which we have the opportunity to protect ourselves and not be dependent on a state-run police force who are typically there after somebody's dead on the floor, already raped, everything's already been stolen, the home invasion has already been done. Haven't you noticed that, folks? And yet the alternative to outlawing the Second Amendment is to what? To believe in the cops? I don't believe the cops are going to come around and have your back, for Christ's sake, when you're, on the floor bleeding. Come on, man. And that's why I'm suggesting to all of you in the EU and the UK, maybe it's time to start thinking in the same direction that the invaders of your country are thinking. What are these invaders, these refugees, what are they doing? They're implementing violence on you. They're intimidating you through violence. They're intimidating your government through violence. Why aren't you doing it back? Why aren't you all gathering in groups and committing violence on these idiots that you let into your country with open arms? Why aren't you venting your frustration at the governments who made the decision to bring these people into your country? What is wrong with you people in Europe, for Christ's sake? What is wrong? Folks, do you all remember, and I said this on the last show, in the UK during that Manchester terrorist act in which some idiot Yehudi went into a truck and mowed people down the Manchester Bridge? The next fucking day, these stupid limey cucks went out individual out there by the Manchester Bridge and sang that fucking Oasis song, "Don't look back with anger, don't look back with anger, I heard you say." Don't look back with anger. They just killed your fellow countrymen, you stupid idiot! Oh, don't look back with anger, I heard you say. Shut the fuck up, man. All right, look. You all get the point, and it remains to be seen if any men still are around in Europe, any men with balls, for Christ's sake, that are still around in Europe. and that'll organize another group of men, a group of men with balls that'll do something that will show the government and show the Yehudis that the culture of English or the culture of Swedish or the culture of Germany, the culture of France, the culture of any of the nation states that comprise the EU are not gone. And I'm telling you, if y'all don't do it, then you can go ahead and start waking up and just accepting a new Europe. Because that's why they did this whole refugee situation. They're trying to ethnically cleanse. And who's they? I'm talking about those asshole socialists in Brussels. They let in the refugees so that they can ethnically cleanse all the nation states that comprise the EU so they can be a singular new Europe. This is communism, folks. This is communism. Anyway, let me move on, folks. I'm going off keister here. Let me go on to the next subject. Right now, the mainstream media is going into a whirlwind about this suggestion that was made by Rudolph Giuliani, in that he suggested that the president has the power to pardon himself. Now, I think that Giuliani was speaking from a figurative sense, but of course, this was response as he was baited by one of these interviewers from these leftist news organizations and answered the question in that capacity that the president has the authority to pardon himself. And of course, every mainstream media outlet has made Trump out to be some dictator that, oh my God, he's going to pardon himself and I can't believe it. And they're pushing all this narrative. Folks, this is pure propaganda. All right? The president has not only not pardoned himself, but he has not fired Robert Mueller, which I think he is in his constitutional right to do so, okay? First and foremost, okay, the president this morning doubled down with what Giuliani said yesterday and said he absolutely has the authority to pardon himself, but he's not going to do it because he didn't do anything wrong. All right? And what you dumbasses in the mainstream media, you keep hyping this nonsense that somehow Donald Trump is some dictator when every goddamn law he's passed, he's given more and more authority to the American people as opposed to the bureaucratic state. Take a look at all the regulations this man has cut so that he can actually make private enterprise strong again. I mean, you're trying to give this notion, this idea to the people that Trump is somehow going to be some lifelong dictator. Lest we forget, folks, the man is 72 years old, first of all. Secondly, he didn't run with the idea that he was going to be some dictator. He ran with the intention of giving the authority back to the people, and he even said it during his commencement speech, or excuse me, during his inauguration speech, During his inauguration speech, that's what he said. Now, the argument that the president and I believe Giuliani are making is that Mueller's special counsel is unconstitutional based upon the fact that the counsel has gone beyond the scope of the Russia-Trump investigation. And now that Robert Mueller's special counsel has gone beyond the scope of the Russia-Trump investigation, it pretty much justifies the unconstitutionality of Robert Mueller's special counsel. And moreover, folks, lest we forget that the disgusting conspiratory connections between the Russian dossier peeps at the highest level of the Department of Justice and the FBI and their connection with Robert Mueller. I mean, lest we forget, folks, that Peter Strzok, remember Peter Strzok? Huh? The head of counterterrorism, the guy who was out here texting that horse-faced broad Lisa Page, both him and her were a part of Robert Mueller's special counsel. I mean, Robert Mueller dismissed Peter Strzok from his special counsel last summer. And how and why Robert Mueller continues to go on when he has that kind of conflict of interest is beyond me. And moreover, how is Rod Rosenstein still overseeing this Russia-Trump investigation when, folks, Robert Mueller himself has interviewed Rod Rosenstein in connection with the Russia-Trump investigation? I mean, Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General, needs to recuse himself because he has a direct conflict of interest given the fact that he was the one that appointed the Robert Mueller special counsel, and yet he was questioned by the Robert Mueller special counsel. I mean, all these facts validate what Giuliani and Trump has been saying. That not only is this Robert Mueller special counsel unconstitutional, but that the president has the right to pardon himself if he fucking wants to, based upon these facts. And not to mention, I doubt that he'd pardon himself because he's got nothing to pardon himself for. First of all, he would probably fire Robert Mueller. Robert Mueller would just put out his shitty report that cost the American taxpayers $20 million. And it's going to be a big nothing burger. But it's about time that the Trump and his team of lawyers start confronting in a PR capacity this Robert Mueller special counsel. There is nothing more unconstitutional than this Robert Mueller special counsel. How it was conceived, who appointed it, and what the hell the damn Robert Mueller special counsel is doing right now. It has gone way beyond the scope of Russia Trump at this point. And why is this counsel continuing to continue? So that's why you have the mainstream media leading in with Trump, quote, I can absolutely pardon myself. Trying to make Trump out to be a dictator when this whole goddamn witch hunt with Robert Mueller's special counsel is nothing more than a political weaponization of the judicial branch. I mean, how much more evidence that our judicial branch was politicized do we need to know before we start thinking about what we should do about it? And I've said this time and time again. Are these people too big to jail? Are James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, the Orrs, Rod Rosenstein, Robert Mueller, are these people too big to jail, folks? I mean, are we ever going to see justice from this blatant politicization of the highest institution of the judicial branch, both in the DOJ and the FBI? Are we ever going to see justice, man? I mean, the FBI at this point should be disbanded, folks. I think the FBI is a joke. Did y'all hear this weekend some fucking FBI agent was at a party and he was, I don't know, doing some dancing or something and hopping around the fucking dance floor like he got a hamster hanging out his asshole or something. This freaking FBI agent's dancing around. His gun falls out of, I don't know if it's his holster or if he just put it in his cut or whatever the case might be, falls out of his pants. And as he picks it up, obviously the gun has a hair trigger. He picks it up from the trigger. The damn trigger goes off. He ends up shooting somebody in the leg at this fucking event. I mean, this is the FBI! This is the FBI! This is the organization that's supposed to be keeping America safe! Yeah, just like they kept us safe on 9/11. Isn't that right, Robert Mueller? I mean, I wrote an article on Ghost.Report highlighting the incompetence of Robert Mueller, and I question what gives Robert Mueller the carte blanche and the authority to even be in charge of this special counsel. I mean, when he was an FBI, the head of the FBI, he was habitually incompetent. But in my opinion, folks, whenever somebody is habitually incompetent, it's typically on purpose. And he even said himself in a CBS interview in 2002 that his incompetence caused 9/11. He admitted it! And lest we forget, it was Robert Mueller and his FBI that confiscated every single video that had a vantage point of the Pentagon during 9/11-2001. Do you understand that? I mean, let me repeat that one more again. Every camera that had a vantage point of the Pentagon, whether it was from a hotel, whether it was from a gas station, whatever, was confiscated by the FBI, and all those tapes have never been seen, and they're in the FBI's possession. Why? And lest we forget the Uranium One deal, in which Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama decided it was perfectly okay in 2009, 2010 to give away America's uranium to Russia. We sold them 25% of our uranium in that Uranium One deal, folks. And guess who the FBI director was at that time? Robert goddamn Mueller. And lest we forget, I also suggested that Robert Mueller needs to recuse himself from this case because he is investigating a Russian in which he did business with, folks. I mean, lest we forget that this son of a bitch, Robert Mueller, actually used a Russia that's a part of this Russia-Trump investigation in an attempt to free a CIA agent in Iran in 2007. And what did Robert Mueller ask this Russian to do? He asked him to pay money, pay the ransom for whatever the Iranians wanted for the prisoner. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. And this Russian is now under investigation under the Russia-Trump investigation nonsense. How is it? Can somebody explain this to me? How is it that Robert Mueller can get away with this type of conflict of interest without anybody saying a goddamn thing about it? Can somebody explain that? Yeah, Oleg Deripaska is the Russian in question. Oleg Deripaska. All right, for you folks that want to look this guy up, it is O-L-E-G, Oleg Deripaska. That's D-E-R-I-P-A-S-K-A. It's this individual that Robert Mueller personally asked to pay money to the Iranians in an exchange to try to release a 2007 CIA agent. Now, why are FBI saving CIA agents, first and foremost? And secondly, why is Robert Mueller asking a oligarch of Russia for money to release a CIA agent from Iran? I mean, doesn't all this seem really weird to folks? How come Robert Mueller hasn't recused himself when he did business with this fucking Russian oligarch and now he's a part of this goddamn Russia-Trump investigation? It doesn't make sense, folks. And that's why I keep telling each and every one of you, this whole Russia-Trump nonsense is a farce. And I've said this time and time again, the Democrats, and I've said it since 2016, the Democrats have more of a connection with Russia than Trump could ever even imagine. And as days go by, we're starting to see more and more of a relationship between the Democrats and Russia. I mean, once again, Fusion GPS, the company that comprised the Russian dossier. Who developed the Russian dossier? None other than an English intelligence agent, Christopher Steele. Now, what did Christopher Steele, what was his expertise in British intelligence? None other than Russia. And he utilized Russia's to comprise this Russian dossier on Trump. And as a matter of fact, those Russians that were poisoned recently by some kind of radioactive substance or whatever the case might be, those people were, those Russians who are residing in the UK helped comprise elements of the dossier. I mean, Russians developed the Russian dossier, and Hillary Clinton admitted that she paid for it. I don't think she was exclusive at paying for it, though. Because lest we forget, folks, Christopher Steele was an FBI informant. And when you're an FBI informant, you get to get paid by the FBI for giving information. Now, what has yet to come out, and that's what Devin Nunes was trying to figure out on that one Thursday when him and that doll-haired piece of shit Trey Gowdy were going to meet with Rosenstein from the DOJ and Christopher Wray from the FBI because they were supposed to show them the documents of 1.1 million documents of Russia-Trump investigation. They did not. And that's what we need to find out. We need to find out who was spying, who was the FBI informant in the goddamn Trump campaign in 2016. We need to figure out all this, all of it. I mean, every single component of it. And that's why, if you want my opinion, they don't want to release the documents. If the president was smart, now believe me, he's going to have each and every one of these agencies on his ass. But he should declassify the 1.1 million documents relating to this whole Russia-Trump nonsense. He should just completely declassify the documents so that the American people can see what kind of politicized weaponization the FBI and the DOJ actually were. And it's a shame that, people are so fucking politically biased in today's America that they're not even acknowledging that this could potentially jeopardize the institutions of our government, man. So, anyway, once again, the only reason that Rudolph Giuliani even made the suggestion that the president could pardon himself was in response to a hypothetical question from a leftist news organization. And, of course, the leftist media has ran with it ever since. And to be honest, Donald Trump doubled down with it in a tweet this morning. And listen, he is not going to pardon himself. He even said that he's not going to pardon himself because he didn't do anything wrong. He said that merely the Robert Mueller special counsel is unconstitutional based upon the counsel going outside the Russia-Trump investigation. And moreover, the connections, man. The connections between Robert Mueller's special counsel and the characters that comprise this Russian dossier conspiracy theory. I mean, just based on those two instances alone, this Robert Mueller special counsel is unconstitutional. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it's as easy as typing this into your browser, ghost.report. That's right, folks. Ghost.report is the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I love being independent now! And by the way, if you happen to miss a broadcast, you can always find it in the True Capitalist Radio archive at ghost.report. Or if you want to hear the 24-hour live stream, whenever we're not live, from Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, whenever we're not live, you will hear the previous show looped over and over again streaming on the live stream. So there's so many ways to listen to True Capitalist Radio. I strongly advise each and every one of you all to take advantage. And by the way, if you have not done so, please follow me on my only social media account. And, of course, this is the last bastion of freedom of speech on the Internet today. And I'm talking about Gab, folks, all right? You can get there by typing in your browser, gab.ai, and you can follow me on that social media under the name Politics Ghost, all right? All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow, all right? And by the way, what's going on to the True Capitalist Radio chat room, except for you fucking trolls that were pissing me off? What's going on to the True Capitalist Radio chat room? I will be in the chat room live later tonight, right after the broadcast. So if you want to come kick back with us live after True Capitalist Radio, well then, by God, go to my damn Gab account right now, Politics Ghost. Go to my Gab, Politics Ghost, and hit the subscribe button for premium content. It's as simple as that. Hit the subscribe button for premium content, and once you do, go ahead and private message me on Gab and let me know your Discord chat name. So once again, I can give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room, baby, that I will be in after this broadcast. So I hope to see you there, baby. I hope to see you there. Anyway, now that we got that all out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to another subject matter. I want to talk about the latest Supreme Court case that came out against the Christian Baker case. Y'all are familiar with this, right? Anyway, it was this case out of, I don't know, it was this case out of Colorado. in which a couple of gay people, a couple of gay queers, they went into a bakery and said, "Hi, we want you to, like, make a fucking cake for our gay wedding, and we want to make sure that you do it." And from what I understand, the Christian baker was more than willing to sell them a cake. The only thing that he was not willing to do was personalize it for them to any kind of capacity, because it was against his religious beliefs to do so. And because these queers have nothing else better to do with their fucking lives than take hard-working people to court for trivial bullshit like a gay wedding. And at the time, folks, the gays who were trying to get this cake, gay marriage wasn't even legal. All right, gay marriage wasn't even legal at the time. So this is what it comes down to, okay? A couple of gays got pissed because this Christian baker, even though he would sell them a regular cake, he would not personalize it for him because it was against his particular religious beliefs. Now, what did the Supreme Court rule? The Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Christian baker, but it's a very weird ruling. It was 7-2 in favor of the baker, but it wasn't on the premise of the, how can I put this? You know, because what the court was trying to do was trying to walk that tightrope between First Amendment and civil rights. I mean, you know, you don't want to infringe upon somebody's First Amendment freedom of religion, but at the same time, you don't want to infringe upon the civil rights of gays, which have been enacted throughout different federal laws that have been passed over the decades. So what the Supreme Court did was, instead of actually ruling in favor of one side or the other, they put the blame on the Colorado Commission that made this fucking law not even made the law, made the lawsuit even valid. Now, this Colorado Commission is the reason why this whole chain of judicial events even got to the Supreme Court. This Colorado Commission was the one that initiated this lawsuit, and it's been perpetually appealed. Now, what the Supreme Court did was rule that this commission was unconstitutional based upon the bias that this commission showed the baker and the bias it showed in favor of the gay couple. Okay? Now, what this means is that, and look, we have a so-called commission out here in San Antonio, too. We got a gay commission. Believe it or not, we had some stupid four-eyed Mexican faggot named, what the hell's his name? I forgot his Diego Bernal. That's right, Diego Bernal. As a matter of fact, if you happen to know Diego Bernal, tell him I said fuck you, okay? But Diego Bernal out here in San Antonio passed a gay rights law, gay civil rights law, in which if anyone in San Antonio is found to have talked badly against gays in any capacity, like if you said faggot, or or your religious beliefs is against serving gays, or whatever the case might be, now under San Antonio law, you can't run for office in San Antonio, or you can't be a subcontractor for San Antonio if you happen to not like gay people, or it's against your religion to affiliate with gay people, whatever. I mean, this is what the Supreme Court ruled against. These types of commissions which take a biased approach when infringing upon the First Amendment rights of those that feel that homosexuality is against their religion. So whenever you hear these gays out here are trying to come out and say, well, even though it was in favor of the baker, we still have our civil rights, bitch. Well, that's great, but, I mean, something needs to be set in a precedent on what supersedes, whether it's the freedom of religion or the civil rights component. Because I feel personally, folks, as a business, you have the right to refuse service to anybody. And there should be no kind of lawsuits against a business that refuses to service anybody for any reason. I mean, it's business. I mean, you know, if it's my business to not want to service a group of people, then that's my fucking problem. Then I lose that money. I'm taking the financial hit by refusing service. How in the hell can I be taken to court for any kind of discrimination? It's my fucking business! It's my fucking business, for Christ's sake! And if I don't want to service pause holes, I don't want to service fucking pause holes! And you see, this is why the Supreme Court case isn't really a win for religious freedom. What it is, it's a win for those that hate bureaucracies on a municipal or state level that are trying to enforce gay rights, or I should say gay preferential treatment across the nation. And that includes the San Antonio Gay Commission that I just described. That could jeopardize the legitimacy of that commission, because really, when you're having a commission that is government sanctioned, whether it's municipal or state, that's in favor of gay people, and that commission is taking to court people that refuse to service gays based upon a religious freedom, then by default, those systems of government, those institutions that are so-called supposedly protecting gays, are infringing upon the rights of those that have religious, that don't want to service gays for religious purposes. So that's what the Supreme Court ruling is about. I know it's very confusing, folks, but I know there's a lot of people thinking that, we don't have to make cakes for gays anymore. No, that's not what it means. What it means is that the Supreme Court ruled that the Baker was in favor because this Colorado commission abused its authority by superseding the First Amendment religious rights of the Christian Baker and automatically siding with the two homosexuals that wanted the cake. So, I mean, I know it sounded good. I know a lot of people out there were like, yeah, about time! I don't want some gay coming into my goddamn bakery and telling me that I want a cock cake. I mean, you can only imagine what these fucking gays wanted.
Yeah, you know what? I want a big brown penis, and I want you to put it like three-dimensional outside the cake. So, like, when I'm about to blow out the candle, I'll just, like, eat the little, like, just give it a little suck. Yeah,
I'm not joking! And if you have if you're religious and don't want to do this, it should be your right. We have the freedom of religion, a First Amendment right. And fuck religion. And the bottom line is, it's my business. I fucking put the money up. I'm paying the lease. I'm paying the light. I'm paying everything, man. How in the fuck is you, a couple of gay people, going to come up and force me to service you when I don't want to service you? I mean, don't you gay people have your own gay businesses and shit? I mean, not to say I won't service gays. I want to be honest with you. I mean, everybody's money's green. I'm a capitalist. I mean, I want to be honest with you. Gays, I mean, I want more gays in my businesses because they spend their money. You know? They spend their money. Gays realize that, look, I may have the AIDS. I may not live very long. So all the money I'm making, I'm blowing it, bitch. I'm blowing it, baby. I'm blowing it, bitch. So I don't have a problem with gays coming into my businesses and spending their money. But if I did, so what? It's my fucking right! I'm the one that fucking took the risk to open up that son of a bitch, man. How in the fuck can a bunch of people tell me how to run my fucking business, man? I mean, Jesus Christ, I have the right to refuse service to anybody. I don't care what you are. If I don't like you, I can tell you, know what, get your fucking shit and get out of my store. Get out! Get them out! Jesus Christ, man. I mean, this is really the precedent that needs to be set at the Supreme Court level, that businesses have rights too. And businesses have the right to refuse service. Jesus Christ. Once again, This Supreme Court Christian Baker case is not a win for religion. It's nothing more than the nullification of gay commissions, pretty much. And, you know, rightfully so. I mean, we don't need gay commissions that are going to take the side of the gay every single time and trample on the First Amendment rights of those religious. And that's what the damn Supreme Court ruled. Anyway, let me get to another subject, folks. I want to talk about these Parkland, you know, remember Stoneman Douglas? You know, the Parkland High School brats, you know, the bald Mexican lesbian Bull Dyke and that fruit bowl David Hogg. And y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Well, guess what? If you haven't had enough of these Parkland autists, or I mean activists, well, get used to it because they are going. They are going to go on a damnation tour. They're going to go on a nationwide tour. All right? They're going to go on a nationwide tour. Hey, hold on just a second. Somebody in the Tard chat, not my Tard chat, but another Tard chat by the name of Nathan Hall, has got some autistic screeching going on, saying, "Oh my God, he's swearing. Let's get him kicked off of Blog Talk Radio." Hey, faggot, this is my goddamn show now. You can't go fucking run to Blog Talk, you social justice warrior autist piece of shit. All right? I can say anything I want to on this broadcast, and there's nothing your faggot ass can do about it. So just sit there, listen, and shut the fuck up. Just sit there and listen and shut your stupid, autistic, dumb waste of life ass up. Shut up. Grown men are talking here. Fucking faggot. Anyway, folks, as I was saying before some autist rudely interrupted me over here, okay, the Parkland kids from Stoneman Douglas are now announcing a nationwide tour now. He's announcing a nationwide tour. I mean, where are they getting this fucking money? Where are they getting this fucking money from? Obviously, George Soros. Let's ask George Soros. Hey, George Soros, are you giving these fucking Parkland kids money?
Yes, I want to tell all of you that I am funding a lot of leftist organizations, and I am also trying to take over the district attorneys of people all over America, so they can obey my law, so they can obey me. And I want to tell all of you that you will listen to George Soros, because I am the Prince of Darkness. And I want all of you to know that the reason I do what I do is because everything is mine. Everything is mine. The black people are all mine. The gay people are all mine. Your mother's coochie is all mine. Everything is mine. And I'm going to tell all of you that George Soros owns the world. I should have died years ago, but I'm alive, and I'm going to take over all country because it's mine. Everything is mine.
Anything else there, George Soros?
Your fucking show is mine, Ghost. Your show is mine. Everything is mine.
All right. Anyway, obviously he's fucking paying the Parkland kids some money. Okay? So now they're going on a nationwide tour. Now, what are they saying? They're saying,
"Oh, well, I want to be safe in school, and I want you to end the Second Amendment, and I want you to end it now. Please, I want you to end it now, and so I can be safe to go to school, because I'm a weak faggot, and I can't. I'm just so scared."
Oh, my God. I'm just saying, man, I want to be honest with you, okay? As I've stated the last time, don't you think that maybe, just maybe, a lot of these school shootings are induced by the warped social environment that is school itself? As I've stated every time, that school is the emulation of prison. I mean, they do everything that they tell prisoners to do. They tell your kids to walk in a single file line with their hands behind their backs. They serve your children in the same capacity as they serve inmates in prison. I can go on and on. I mean, do you understand that in these types of institutional social environments, you're going to get the same type of activity that you do in a prison? I mean, take a look at a prison. What do you see when you go into a prison? Blacks hanging out with blacks. Whites hanging out with whites. Hispanics hanging around with Hispanics, etc. You know, gays hanging around with gays. And, you know, all this separation. The same thing in school. What do you have? You have the jocks hanging around the jocks. You have the freaks hanging around the freaks. You have the nerds hanging around the nerds, etc. This is the same thing as prison. And as I stated, folks, the reason that they're not educating your children is because this government-funded school system is not trying to give you an education. They're not trying to keep you knowledgeable. What they're trying to do is make you a subject to the system. And what system, you may ask? This bureaucratic Frankenstein we call a government system. Let's take a look at what happens to people while they're in school, while they're in public education. Let's say you get into trouble as a child. You go into the juvenile hall system. Let's say you get busted and you're on probation. You're on the probation system. Let's say you get pregnant at a young age. Well, now you're a part of the welfare system. You're a part of the child support system. Let's say you're over 18 and you go to prison. You're now a part of the prison system. When you get out of prison, you're a part of the parole system. I mean, do you understand, folks? From public education, these government bureaucrats herd us like sheep from system to system. That's why every time anybody gets out of school, they don't know shit from Shinola. Because that's what they're teaching you to do. They're teaching you to be subjects to systems so that the job security belongs to who? The bureaucrats. Huh? The annual raises in pay, who does it go to? The bureaucrats that are running the parole system. The bureaucrats that are running the child support system. The bureaucrats that are running the welfare system. I mean, this is what they're trying to do, folks. They're trying to eliminate private enterprise and integrate the only employer as being the state. Remember, that's what we were going towards during Barack Obama's tenure. That's where we were going. I mean, private enterprise jobs were being lost at a major capacity, and yet these government jobs kept coming. They kept adding them, and at some point during Barack Obama's administration, public sector jobs superseded private sector jobs. Because that's what the government wants, folks. They want everybody working for the government. They don't want private enterprise. And that's why I keep telling you, folks, I mean, we have to realize why we are the way we are in America today, and it's directly attributed to the goddamn public education system. And if you're going to ask me what's the cause of all these school shootings, well then, by God, it's the system itself. It's the school system itself. Anytime the government touches anything, it all goes into dilapidated shit. Hence the public education system. Hey, folks, let's take a look at something else the government has touched. Our healthcare system. Did you know, folks, that our mortality rate as a country has fallen for the past 2 years in a row? We used to have one of the longest mortality rates in the world, and now we have fallen. Our mortality rate has gotten lower and lower in the past 2 years. That is unprecedented for the 90 years we have been measuring our mortality rate. And folks, why are we dying sooner and sooner on average in America? Because of Obamacare, you fucking idiots. What did I tell you when Obamacare was going to come around? It was going to be a monopolization of your health to the health insurance industry. What is health care now, folks? What is health care? They use you as a guinea pig so that they can continue to get payments from insurance companies. That's why whenever you go to the doctor and they're like, well, I really don't know what that is. I'm going to have to send you to a specialist. They send you to the specialist, and everybody's getting a kickback from you from these insurance companies. This is what this is all about. You have become a guinea pig for money. There is no cure. There is no health benefits from going to a doctor anymore. Did you hear, folks? And I've been saying this for years, and people thought I was nuts. I was saying that there's an overdiagnosis of cancer. You know that the guy who created the PSA test to tell whether or not you have prostate cancer said he would have never have invented that test had he realized that they were going to overdiagnose people with using his test, his PSA test. The same thing with the man who invented the mammogram. As a matter of fact, it came out today that most breast cancer patients don't even need chemotherapy. Did you hear about this shit? Now they tell us, after how many women have had their breasts chopped off and chemotherapy, now they're telling us that, well, if you've got breast cancer, you don't necessarily need chemotherapy. As a matter of fact, it's the chemotherapy that kills you.
No shit! No shit, it's the goddamn chemotherapy that kills you. No shit!
Folks, I'm telling you, wake the fuck up. We are losing years in our mortality rate because the government infringed upon our health. Do you understand that? They took advantage of our health. They gave a monopoly of our health to the health insurance industry. And what I don't understand is, why is it that we have a patient health insurance industry to begin with? A patient-side health insurance industry. Why is that? Why is that? I understand why the practitioners need health insurance, because just in case they have a malpractice suit and things of that capacity. Why do us? Why do we need insurance? Because, folks, it's a scam. It's a fucking scam. Let me tell you what Obamacare really was, folks. Okay? It was a scam in which the young and the healthy pay for the old and the sick. And there is a lot more old and sick right now than there are healthy working human beings. You know what I'm saying? Those baby boomers are now getting older and older. And guess what? They're the ones that go out and vote. And they're the ones that voted in Obama, and Obama paid them back by what? Providing a health insurance scam that forces young people and healthy people to pay for the old and the sick. It's an unsustainable method of trying to implement health care. And they knew it. And the reason that they wanted to do this, folks, is they wanted to make health care so insolvent that they can justify state-run health care. Now, I want to be honest with you, folks. I've got a lot of people from the True Capitalist Radio chat room to the inner circle that live in countries that have a state-run health care. And there was one cat, I'm not going to say his name, in the inner circle, who had a lung infection. And had to wait 2 weeks to see an actual fucking doctor to give him medication so that he can aid his lung infection. Lung infections, folks, are not a joke. You can die from a lung infection. And this poor bastard had to wait 2 weeks. He was suffering. We heard him on the chat room. It was horrible. And he could have died. We were trying to give him like remedies, home remedies and things of that capacity. But that's state fucking health care. You want to know what else is state health care? Y'all remember that baby Alfie that was taking off life support? Even though you had the Italian government willing to purchase or to give any kind of medical issues necessary, and it was to nobody had to spend any money. The UK didn't have to spend any money. The healthcare system didn't have to spend any money. Nobody had to spend any money. And yet it was the healthcare system of the UK that denied Alfie to go to Italy so that it could potentially save that baby's life. If you're not familiar, this happened a couple of weeks ago, a month ago. A baby that was hooked on life support in the UK state-run health system was refused medical treatment because the state-run health the state-run health system in the UK made a decision that they weren't going to allow Alfie to leave the hospital. And you know what they were trying to say with this precedent, folks? The UK health system was trying to say that once you're in that hospital, you don't have any more rights over your person, over your body, over your health. It is bestowed upon the healthcare system to make the decision on whether you get treatment or you don't get treatment. They were trying to show the UK people that you are not in charge of your children either. The parents couldn't even make the decision for the son that they have on life support. The parents couldn't make the decision of taking the baby from the UK to Italy in an attempt to save its life. The goddamn UK health system would not let the parents do it. And what ended up happening is they took the baby off life support, and the baby died. And you know what Theresa May said after the whole Alfie situation? That your children don't belong to you, they belong to the state. Welcome to socialism, welcome to communism. And that's why I keep telling each and every one of you folks, we cannot allow the government to take control of anything. Because every time the government touches anything, it goes to pieces. It gets worse and worse. Look at the education system. Look at the Social Security system. Look at the Obamacare system. I mean, folks, have you ever even tried to get your license renewed at the DMV? I mean, they can't even do that right. And every time I hear, we need government to help us do this, we need government to help us do that. Government doesn't do dick. It causes problems. And it causes problems by definition, because if there is a problem, then there's justification for more expense to solve the problem. You get it? I mean, that's the whole scam of the bureaucratic Frankenstein. All right? They create a system to solve a problem, which creates more problems, which they throw more money and more bureaucracy to solve those problems, and et cetera, and et cetera, et cetera. This is why bureaucracy is so fucking dangerous, man. That's why it's so goddamn dangerous. Anyway, let's continue going, folks. Once again, the Parkland activists are going to go out on a nationwide tour. You know, the little brats from Stoneman Douglas High School. They're going to come out, and they're going to go on a nationwide tour, and they're going to demand that your Second Amendment being taken away. But, folks, let me tell you something. We cannot allow any infringement upon the Second Amendment. And I repeat, we cannot allow any infringement upon the Second Amendment, because if we do, then we're going to be no better than these Eurocucks. And if we're no better than these Eurocucks, I'd rather die, man. I'd rather fucking die than sit here and live like a Eurocuck watching a bunch of Jehudis bitch me around, rape my women, and pillage my fucking country. I can't do it. There's no way I can do it. There's no fucking way I could do it. So, once again, be expecting David Hall. And you know something? If they are going to go nationwide, how about this? How about some of these protesters go out there and give these goddamn Parkland autists or activists a little taste of their own medicine. You know, I mean, it's so funny. They want to get rid of the Second Amendment, and yet I guarantee you, if they are threatening in the slightest capacity, they've got a whole group of bodyguards with guns on them. I mean, the fucking hypocrisy! The fucking hypocrisy! Anyway, folks, let's move on. The North Korean summit is still on, once again, between Trump and Kim Jong-un. And I wanted to add this because it's very, very, weird that this particular meeting is happening. Now, Bashar al-Assad, that's right, the infamous Syrian leader, the survivor, to say the least, is going to be having a private meeting in North Korea with Kim Jong-un. Now, this is a very unprecedented situation, first and foremost, because what it says to me is that Bashar al-Assad doesn't seem very secure in his country, considering that he has Russia supposedly protecting him. He's got the Iranians in his country supposedly protecting him, but at the same time, you've got Turkey occupying certain areas of Syria, and you've got Erdogan, the head of Turkey, saying that Bashar al-Assad needs to go. So, if you want my opinion, Bashar al-Assad is finding himself in a very precarious situation. Now, lest we forget that the Israelis are targeting Bashar al-Assad for some reason, and it seems as if the Israelis have got the number of Russia, because all Israel has to do is say to Russia, look, we are going to bomb these fucking Syria. We are going to bomb Syria. That's what we're going to do. We are going to bomb fucking Syria, and you Russians aren't going to do nothing. They're not going to do nothing. You're just going to sit there and take it. And that's all Israel has to do. It just has to tell Russia. It just has to tell Russia that hey, we're going to be doing some bombings over Syria. Don't do nothing, and the Russians are going to oblige. So Bashar al-Assad is finding himself in a very precarious scenario, and that's why he's going to North Korea, so that he can talk to Kim Jong-un, in my opinion, to try to send a message to Donald Trump. Because he's starting to realize that, hey, look, I mean, they're working with North Korea. Hey, Trump, let's make a deal. I'm Bashar al-Assad over here. Let's make a deal. Hey, Bashar, I don't blame you, baby. I wouldn't feel that secure with a Jew-loving Russian people that are in your country. I mean, you're surrounded by a pit of snakes. I mean, that's what Bashar al-Assad is, surrounded by, a pit of snakes. So he's going to North Korea, probably going to tell Kim Jong-un, hey, can you put in a good word for me? Put in a good word for me, all right? I need help. So this is very interesting chain of events. Syria's Bashar al-Assad going to visit North Korea, and probably going to try to get the attention of Trump and say, hey, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. What are we doing here? I'm a secular guy. What are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? So anyway, that's going to be a very interesting chain of events, folks. I wonder what's going to be said between Bashar al-Assad and Kim Jong-un. It's definitely something that has to do with Trump. Now, will we see Bashar al-Assad potentially, doing some negotiations with Trump? I have no idea. I want to be honest with you. Prior to the Arab Spring, prior to the withdrawal of Iraq from the United States from Iraq, prior to all these things, I was calling for the death of Bashar al-Assad. And the reason was, folks, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to continue to say it, I had compassion for the folks that were within his country that were protesting. And I remember Bashar al-Assad and his troops were just shooting those people down. I have compassion to people that are trying to stand up to governments and that are trying to stand up in a somewhat peaceful, unarmed capacity, and they're shot down by state authorities. I've got compassion for that. But, folks, I want to be honest with you, okay? Maybe Bashar al-Assad knew something that us Westerners don't. Maybe he knew that, look, you can't let these people think they can get away with this. You got to kill them. You got to shoot them. That's all they know. They are stupid. And I think he's right, folks, because take a look at what happened after the Bashar al-Assad protest and Bashar al-Assad mowing down his people, what happened? The Arab Spring happened. The Arab Spring. And you know, this is why I believe that the Iranian nuke deal was a payoff. Because I think that Iran knows, based upon its intelligence on the ground, because lest we forget, man, Iran has got all kinds of operatives on the ground all over the Middle East. That's why it's got these great terrorist satellites like Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthis in Yemen and its operatives in Syria, etc. I mean, they know the intelligence on the ground in that part of the world. Now, let's recollect, folks, that when the Arab Spring happened, the EU and the Obama administration took the side of the Arab Spring. Remember, the first thing they did was backed up the Islamic Brotherhood, the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. Remember the Egyptian Revolution, which I was completely against because I knew it was a bunch of bullshit? I was completely against it, folks, because I knew it was a CIA operation to take over the country of Egypt. And how did I know this? Well, folks, a Google executive by the name of Wael Ghanem, was out there agitating the Tahrir Square protests by utilizing first world communication technology in a third world country. Because lest we forget, and I'm going to continue to repeat this, Mubarak, who was the leader of Egypt at the time, even though he was somewhat of a dictator, he was incrementally bringing in private money, bringing in capitalism at an incremental basis to Egypt. Hence why the Egyptians quickly got first world technology, Twitter, Facebook, etc., and took it literally whenever Wael Ghanem got on Twitter and said, "Hey, everybody in Egypt, we have to go to Tahrir Square. Everybody go to Tahrir Square." And that's what they did. They listened to Wael Ghanem. They all gathered at Tahrir Square, and it was like an Occupy Wall Street situation. Y'all remember? They occupied Tahrir Square, and they purposely tried to induce the police into abusing the Tahrir Square protesters to justify the military, to usurp the police action, and then to utilize the military to refuse Mubarak and to basically take him into custody, etc. And that's what happened. And then after Egypt and Mubarak fell, who fell next? Libya, Gaddafi. You know, there's a consistency here with these leaders in the Middle East that fell. We take a look at Iraq. Who was that? Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was a Ba'athist, a secularist. He wasn't a part of all this wild Yehudi jihadist bullshit. He was a secularist Ba'athist. Iraq, right? We talked about Egypt. Egypt, the same shit. Mubarak. He didn't wear turbans and togas and all that bullshit like they do in the Middle East. He was wearing suits. All right, this guy was a secularist. He wasn't a part of all this ridiculous fundamentalist Islam bullshit. Same thing with Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi was a secularist. He wasn't out here trying to go wild Yehudi jihadist on everybody. And you see, there is a clear pattern in which the EU and the Obama administration, for whatever reason, wanted to eliminate the secularists' governments in the Middle East. And for the life of me, I just didn't understand the strategy then. I kind of understand it now. Because it seems to me that, in my opinion, folks, and this is from what I've gathered, I'm not going to tell you how, either way, what's happening here is that this Iranian nuke deal was not a nuke deal. It was a payoff. It was a payoff by not only the United States, but the EU, so that the Iranians would not show the proof of what the intentions were between the EU and the Obama administration as it relates to whatever they were doing in the Middle East. And what were they doing in the Middle East? They were removing secularist leaders. Now, removing those secularist leaders, what happened? It created a vacuum of violence, terrorism, just pure butchery. Now, who did that benefit? That benefited the EU, and that benefited the Obama administration. Why? Because you have regular people living in these war zones that want to get the fuck out. They don't want to be in the fucking war zone. So as a result, they become refugees. And folks, because you've got Egypt thawing, you've got Syria in a debacle, you've got Iraq in a war zone, you've got Libya in a goddamn Al-Qaeda-ruled war zone. That's a lot of people that are living in diaspora. That's a lot of refugees wandering around all over that part of the globe. And guess what the EU planned? Just what you're looking at. The integration of these refugees, to not necessarily give them refuge, but to allow them to take over so that they can impregnate the European women and eliminate the whole European bloodlines altogether. I mean, this is a classic case of ethnic cleansing. And remember, Obama tried to do this to us too. Why do you think that President Trump's number one issue is immigration? Why do you think that he chose immigration as his issue? Because he knew what Obama was doing. He was bringing in all these people from North Africa, all these Yehudis, all these people in abundance. Now, why was he doing that? The same reason Europe was doing it. Trying to ethnically cleanse America. Trying to supersede the population of America. Just like Justin Trudeau did in goddamn Canada. Because I'm telling you this, take a look at the amount of votes of Justin Trudeau's party and how many votes they won by, and take a look at how many immigrants and how many refugees they allowed in Canada, and look at that weird correlation between how many refugees were let into Canada and how much cuckold Trudeau's party won by. It's sick, folks. It's fucking sick. And that's why, thank God, we have Donald Trump in power who understands this and is passing laws against this, for Christ's sake. I mean, I'm just stating the obvious, folks. I'm just stating the fucking obvious. Anyway, folks, we got about 15 minutes left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some headlines from the Drudge Report. All right, all you've got to do is go to drudge.report if you want to, keep up with us. If you're interested in any of the things that I'm talking about, I'm definitely somebody who follows the Drudge Report. I've been reading the Drudge Report since 1995, 96. So cheers to that. And I'm just going to go over the headlines, and we're going to check out what is in news play in the Drudge Report land. All right. All right, here we go. Oh, what's at the front page? Mueller raids Manafort iCloud claims witness tampering demands jail. All right, this is obviously something that just came out. Manafort attempted to tamper with potential witness, U.S. Special Counsel claims. All right, Mueller urges judge to schedule a hearing. All right, Washington, June 4th, out of Reuters. President Donald Trump's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, who has been indicted by the U.S. Special Counsel Robert Mueller, attempted to tamper with a potential witness, Mueller said in a court filing on Monday. Mueller, who is investigating possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia, asked the judge overseeing the case in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia to revoke or revise an order releasing Manafort ahead of his trial. Manafort was released to home confinement after his arraignment in October. Mueller has indicted Mueller has indicted, Manafort in federal courts in Virginia and Washington, with an array of allegations for money laundering and failing to register as a foreign agent to bank and tax fraud. Manafort has pleaded not guilty. FBI Special Agent Brock Dahman, in a declaration filed with Mueller's motion, said Manafort had attempted to call, text, and send encrypted messages in February to two people from the Hasbro Group, a firm he worked with to promote the interest of the Ukraine. The FBI has documents and statements from the two people, as well as telephone records and documents recovered through a search of Manafort's iCloud account, showing that the Trump's former campaign manager attempted communication while he was out on bail, according to Dahman. The communications were in an effort to influence their testimony and to otherwise conceal evidence, Dahman wrote. The investigation into this matter is ongoing. Manafort is the most senior member of Trump's campaign to be indicted, though the charges do not relate to the campaign activities. Mueller urged Judge Amy Berman Jackson, to promptly schedule a hearing on whether to change Manafort's conditions of release, which could result in Manafort going to jail. The Washington trial is set to start on September 17th. Trump has denied collusion with Russia and called Mueller investigation a witch hunt. Well, man, Jesus Christ, it seems to me that Robert Mueller is going to make somebody pay if he can't make Trump pay, huh? Good God. And you know, the things that he's got on Manafort have nothing to do with the Russia-Trump collusion matter. Nothing whatsoever. And this is what makes me sick. How is Mueller extending his power beyond Russia-Trump? All right? I mean, seriously. I mean, you want to know why he's making Paul Manafort pay? I want to be honest with you, okay? Paul Manafort is a very, very important person in politics. Not just American politics, but in global politics. He's a political consultant. I mean, that's how he made his money. He made his money consulting governments on how to get elected, how to run campaigns, etc. Now, when Paul Manafort was brought into the Trump campaign, he was brought into the Trump campaign for one reason and one reason only, to get the delegates. Do you remember that? And Paul Manafort, every time he was interviewed, he was more than confident that he had the delegates. Now, I want to be completely honest with you folks. There was a lot of cloak and dagger games going on when Manafort was... I wouldn't say that he was rallying for delegates. If you want my personal opinion, I think he was forcing Republican delegates to vote for Trump. And the reason I say this is because I think Manafort had something over lots of different delegates in the Republican convention for them to force themselves to vote for Trump as the nominee for 2016 presidential candidate. Now, the reason I say this is because, remember, folks, we had a lot of never-Trumpers in the goddamn Republican Party. Remember, I mean, we didn't even know if we were going to get the delegates because the Republican Party was trying to claim at the time that the primaries don't mean shit. You remember that? Remember that? There was some asshole out of North Dakota that was on a CNBC fucking interview saying, I don't know why we're having a primary, but it's not the primaries that choose the candidates. It's the delegates. So, I don't know why you're having some kind of a primary. We're the ones that make the choice on who's the candidate going to be for the Republican Party. And you see, that's why they brought Manafort in, and they brought him in for a very short time in the campaign, specifically to get the delegates, and he got them. Now, you don't think that this Robert Mueller hit job that's happening on Manafort has anything to do with that? You don't think Manafort had something on every one of those delegates for them to force their hand to do the right thing and to nominate Trump as the presidential nominee of the Republican Party? You know this, man. This is what this guy gets paid for. This is how Paul Manafort got rich, man. So even though Paul Manafort is somewhat of a loose kind of a character, to say the least, I'm glad that he was a part of the Trump campaign, because had he not been, I don't think we would have gotten the delegates, man. I don't think we would have gotten the delegates to have President Trump. We would not have gotten it, man. So I hope that something, I hope fucking Trump pardons Manafort, because Manafort's crimes, or his supposed crimes, have nothing to do with Russia, with Trump, with anybody. This is just Mueller and the swamp going after Manafort, because if you want my opinion, Manafort knows where all the bodies are buried on all these fucking bureaucrats and forced the Republican Party to nominate Donald Trump. And that's my opinion, folks. That's all I got to say about that, all right? Let's move on, folks. Did y'all hear Howard Schultz, the Starbucks founder, the same fucking fruit bowl that claimed,
oh, well, we're going to hire 10,000 illegal immigrants because I'm going to defy Trump because we're Starcucks.
Well, he has stepped down. He has stepped down from his position at his company. And apparently this stupid Nimrod thinks that he has a shot at becoming fucking president in 2020. Are you fucking joking? The Starcucks goddamn creator? You stupid son of a bitch. I mean, are you joking? I mean, who else? Who else is going to be running for president, man? Who else thinks they can run for president? I don't even want to continue. You know what? Fuck you, Schultz. And you know what? Fuck Starcucks. You all are nothing more than homeless bathrooms now, all right? You all are homeless bathrooms, and if you're listening to me and if you're homeless and you need to take a large, juicy shit, make sure to go right to Starcucks. They'll love you. You know, they'll even tell you thank you when you just lay down a fucking Stanley steamer and smell up the whole goddamn coffee shop. They'll give you a hell yeah, all right? Anyway, let's continue going, for Christ's sake. France's fake news law leaves media experts uneasy. Well, what do you think? I told you this was happening. Didn't I tell you? Out there in the goddamn Euro-cuck land, I told you. France's fake news law leaves media experts uneasy. This is by Jacques Klopp. And for all you goddamn bronies, don't get your goddamn, asshole puckered. This is out of Paris, France. France is the latest country attempting to fight the scourge of fake news with legislation, but opponents say the law won't work and could even be used to silence critics. Well, no shit. No shit. The draft law, designed to stop what government calls manipulation of information in the run-up to elections, will be debated in Parliament on Thursday, with a view to it being put into action during next year's European parliamentary polls. The idea for the bill came straight from President Emmanuel Macron, who was himself targeted, supposedly, during the 2017 campaign by online rumors that he was gay and had a secret bank account in the Bahamas. Well, no, didn't they find some shit relating to this guy and the Panama Papers? What's this guy trying to... He's trying to say it's fake news now? Stupid idiot. Under the law, French authorities would be able to immediately halt the publication of information deemed to be false ahead of elections. Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you, you French frogs. Social networks would have to introduce measures allowing users to flag up false reports, pass their data on such articles to authorities, and make public their efforts against fake news. And the law would authorize the state to take foreign broadcasters off the air if they were attempting to destabilize France. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, you're gonna take me off the air? Huh? I'm gonna start talking shit about France and to destabilize France. Hey, France, come on and raise up! Come on, France! Come on and raise up! Beat the hell out of those Jehudis that are turning Paris, France into a goddamn third world country. Come on and raise up. Come on and raise up, baby. Give me a freaking break. You ain't taking nobody off the air, France. You can suck it. Well, wait a minute. You French frogs may like it, all right? You can suck it anyway. I don't really care. Anyway, let's move on. We're running out of time here. I want to get through some of these headlines before we get off the air here. Who else we got running for president? Oh, Joe Biden hits the campaign trails with eyes on the White House. I mean, fucking creepy Uncle Joe Biden, for real? Joe Biden? I mean, have y'all seen that video I have on my Gab of this guy being a creep show to freaking little girls and whispering in their ear and touching them and being over touchy-feely, for Christ's sake? I mean, give me a break. And lest we forget, folks, Uncle Joe Biden. Uncle Joe Biden, creepy Uncle Joe Biden, legitimately, I'm not faking this. He's had a lobotomy. I mean, this is a guy who is thinking he's going to be able to run for president. He's had pieces of his brain removed, for Christ's sake. I mean, look this up for yourself. Is this what we want running for president? That's why he's always gaffing. You get that, folks? He's, oh, well, let's see what Joe Biden's going to say. He's going to do another gaffe. He's had a fucking lobotomy. He's had fucking brain surgery, for Christ's sake. Oh, and guess who else is running for president, huh? Uncle Bernie. Oh, isn't that great? Jesus Christ. I mean, come on. Are you all that stupid? I mean, wouldn't fucking Uncle Bernie be like 78 or 79 or 80 years old or some shit at the time? I mean, you actually think that this old man has the virility and the goddamn energy to be able to pull off all this BS that he's claiming that he's going to be able to do? It's bullshit, man. The only reason that he is, if he does run for 2020, is for more shekels. Oh, you know it and I know it. Y'all remember, hey, I'm Bernie Sanders, and I want you to go ahead and donate to my next campaign. It's the next revolution, 2020. What I need you to do right now is I need you all to give me the money so I can go ahead and prep for 2020 and beat Donald Trump. That's right. You go ahead and go into your college debt accounts and come and give me the money, and I'll make sure to give you a free education. I'll make sure to give you free health care. I'll make sure to give you everything for free. But what I want you to do right now is I want you to come over here and take your underwears off. That's right. Hey, don't worry about the pants tent. Don't worry about the pants tent. And come on over here and sit on my apple. Come on over here. Come on, keep contributing. Come on, keep contributing. Come on, keep doing it. That's right. You like Uncle Bernie, eh? It's Uncle Boynie. You know Uncle Boynie. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, come on over here, come on, keep going, you love Uncle Bernie, come on, keep contributing, come on, oh yeah, keep going, here we go, keep going for Uncle Bernie, come on, Oh my God. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch Uncle Bernie. Don't touch me. Okay. All right. Now what I want you to do is I want you to clean yourself up and don't tell anybody that I told you to take your underwears off, all right? And keep contributing to Uncle Bernie. I mean, that's what he's gonna do to you stupid Bernie bros. Huh? You're gonna feel the burn after that, you stupid, dumb, socialist, mindless idiots? This is an old prostate-infected man. What makes you think that he's gonna deliver on the fraction of what he's claiming he's gonna deliver for you? Give me a goddamn break. Freaking Uncle Bernie, for Christ's sake, man. Oh, my God. Let me take a drink. I'm done. You know, I'm done with this. I can't believe that there are this many dumbasses that are going to run for fucking president. I can't believe this. Fucking dirty Uncle Bernie and dirty Uncle Biden, for fuck's sake. Let me get a drink of this beer. All right. Anyway, folks, look. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I wasn't very happy about today's show, okay? Especially you people when it comes to these fucking shout-outs. I deserve a little bit of respect, okay? I want to be honest with you. I've been broadcasting for 10 fucking years without any kind of goddamn respect whatsoever. And I think I deserve a little bit of fucking respect, man. I mean, I don't understand how and why you people think that you can fucking treat me this way. 10 years I've been fucking broadcasting to you people, man. 10 goddamn years. I just want a little bit of fucking respect, man. All right? I just want a little bit of goddamn respect. That's all. For fuck's sake, for heaven's sake, for goddamn sake.
I just want a little bit of fucking respect for Christ's sake. I just want a little respect after 10 years. 10 fucking years that I've been doing this broadcast. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? I want a little fucking respect from you people, man. I'm not entertainment for tards. I'm not entertainment for tards.
And I hope that you fuckers hear me loud and clear. Do you understand that? I hope you hear me loud and clear, because I'm a capitalist! I'm a capitalist, and I deserve the respect accorded that goddamn title. I'm a capitalist! Do you hear me, you sons of shit? You sons of shit! I'm a fucking capitalist! Fucking shit! Damn it! Damn it! You keep that in your head. You remember 10 fucking years. 10 fucking years I've done this goddamn broadcast. I just want a little fucking respect. That's it, man. I just want a little fucking respect. I want respect. I want respect. That's all. God. God. Damn it. I'm getting the hell out of here, okay? I'm getting the hell out of here. Luckily, I don't have to broadcast tomorrow. Luckily, I just broadcast on Monday, Wednesday, and fucking Fridays, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank God. Thank God. So, I'm going to calm down. Before I get off, let me have another fucking beer. More beer, for Christ's sake. Oh, Jesus Christ, I need another fucking beer. Oh. Oh, my God. Give me the goddamn fucking beer, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus. All right. Look, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm so pissed off. What a fucked up fucking show. 575. Episode 575 sucks a cock with it. All right? June 3rd, 2018. For Christ's sake, man. Let me take a chug of this beer. Now, I'm going to be in this damn chat room here in about 20 minutes, all right? I'm going to be in this chat room, the True Capitalist Radio chat room. Make it 25 minutes, for Christ's sake, man, because I'm pissed! And I got to calm down! I just got to calm down! I'm going to be in this goddamn chat room, and if you want to be a part of it, all you got to do is go to my goddamn Gab right now, all right? And if you don't have a Gab account, well, by God, it's the last day, all right? You can find me on Gab under the name Politics Ghost. And if you want to be a part of the True Capitalist Radio chat room, then all you've got to do is go to my Gab, Politics Ghost, and hit the subscribe button for premium content. Hit the subscribe button for premium content, and once you do, all you got to do is give me a private message on Gab, giving me your Discord chat name, and I will give you a private invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room, all right? It's that fucking simple. What a freaking carpet-munching Monday show this has turned out to be, folks. Anyway, I will be back here Wednesday, and listen, hopefully you guys will be back and not be so fucking eager to fuck with me. Not be so goddamn eager to fuck with me, for Christ's sake, man. You dog farting, fetish having, fucking sphincter fingering, enema bag cleaning, cuckold connoisseur, foreskin muzzle loving, milky liquor cauliflower cock turkey tit having pricks. I'm getting out of here, okay? I'm out of here.
Long live the capitalist army, and death to feminism, death to socialism, and death to communism. You understand me? Death to communism. I'm out of here. I'll be back this fucking Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You better tell your mommy, your auntie, your granny, your uncle, your daddy. Tell everybody you know to be here Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We independent media. I am the underground. Do you hear me? I am the underground. I am the underground.